Welcome, gamers, to the 10th episode, I believe, of the Listen Gamer podcast. I'm joined by the smelly Ryan, and we have a new permanent guest, and it is the Bum Wizard, also known as Apocalypse. So, welcome, buddy. How are you guys doing?
Can I just start off with the notes that you probably should have in front of you literally say episode 9 at the top. So this is episode 9, gamers.
Okay, that's where you guys expect too much of me and think that I actually have the notes in front of me. So we'll do this again. Welcome, gamers, or welcome, listeners, to episode 9 of the podcast. This is staying in, by the way. This is 100% staying there. I don't get it.
Well, you think I was cutting that out? That's brilliant.
Right, so how's your week been, guys?
Very warm. Like, there's no sun, but it's still warm.
And to be fair, it hasn't been too bad for me. It's been warm-ish, but it's been quite chilly, to be fair. I've had a lot of rain recently, so that's been nice.
Yeah, there's some days where there's just been like thunderstorms. It was weird. Like when the weather broke, I was sleeping downstairs because I sleep when the weather is like so hot. The entire upstairs of my house is like a sauna, essentially. And I sleep downstairs. And one of the nights I had the window open, I was like, it smells like it's going to rain. Do you know that smell?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
It's weird to say, right? It sounds super strange, but you can smell that it's going to rain. And then I lay down about an hour later. They had a news article. Thunderstorms are going to hit like Northern Ireland and stuff. So I was like, cool. Hopefully during the middle of the night or something, it blows over to us and it just cools down. And it did. We woke up to rain. And then there's been some days where it's been like super humid but dry, but no sun, like Ryan said. And it's just been like muggy. I think that's the right word for it. It's just been very, very muggy.
Yeah, it's not even that it's like that warm. It's just uncomfortable. I can do without this.
Well, like I say, it hasn't been too bad for me. Like, I think it was, when was it? Wednesday. I woke up normal time, but my room was absolutely freezing and I was in my element. Oh, I loved it.
Can I just ask what time is normal time for you? Because I've heard rumors.
Usually 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
Okay.
That is my set. Like, that has been my schedule since I started my new stream schedule like ages ago.
So to be fair though, I thought it was 3 o'clock. But this is because you stay up all night though, right?
Yeah.
You stay up like through the night and then you go to sleep like really early in the morning.
So I kind of have my own like habits. At the moment, it's watching the TV show Lucifer. I've been binging that for
I've been meaning to get into
a week. And I stay, like, my normal kind of thing is whatever I'm doing, I'll stay up until 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I'll get into bed or whatnot, or I might already be in bed, and then I'll just stick on YouTube, and then eventually, like, takes me like half an hour to an hour to fall asleep, and then
you're one of those people that like relax to people's content and just drop off. Is that?
Yeah, Markiplier mostly. So, Markiplier.
Yo, his voice though.
Yes.
when you wake up, what's like the weirdest video you've woken up to?
One of mine.
That implies you post content, gamer.
To be fair, I've never woken up because obviously I've got the automatic turn off after a few hours on my TV, and since my PlayStation 5 is hooked up to the TV, and they're both Sony, they can't. Whenever you turn the TV off, the PlayStation 5 goes off as well. So it's linked in that kind of way.
That's the HDMI-C or something? It's like whenever you turn your PC on, it automatically turns your computer on. Your monitors on. Kind of thing. Yeah, it's connected through the HDMI. It sends like a power signal through the HDMI to turn your computer monitor on. It's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
But yeah, I can't remember the last time I actually woke up with a video on. Yeah, it's been a long while.
I think the last time I woke up with like content on, I was a child.
Yeah,
no, seriously.
Yeah,
because I'd fall asleep watching it, and then like nobody would turn it off. Like I wouldn't.
This is me. I am the child.
That's exactly why I said this. Because I know you fall asleep and wake up watching content.
The worst part about it, right, is I don't even wake up watching content because it's been on for that long. Even YouTube is like, all right, we've paused the next video now because you're clearly not watching the shit. I think one of the weirdest ones I woke up to recently was I like watching like some like what if videos, but I'll tend to be like picky over what I watch. And I woke up to like, what if Darth Plagueis actually killed Darth Sidious and then carried on as like the main Sith Lord in the Star Wars universe? And my first thought was, who the fuck thinks of this shit? And why is it a 2.5 hour video? But why was it a 2.5 hour long video?
Man just made an entire movie out of what if.
Honestly. But I wake up to more, like, honestly, some of the some random videos I wake up to in the morning, and it's not even that they're playing. I just look over in the morning and see what's planned in next on my watch next. So my YouTube algorithm is just like out of the window at this point.
You do watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z though, don't you?
Not as much as I used to. I really
love
Dragon
watching
Z
themed videos.
I used to love watching the abridged series, so I got into watching people reacting to the abridged series because why not?
Hey Vegeta, it's a Pokemon.
We're gonna catch it. If you've ever watched Dragon Ball,
but I can't relate because
honestly,
never ever watched Dragon Ball Z.
Without even watching Dragon Ball Z, you could just watch Dragon Ball Abridged, and it is absolutely brilliant.
Nell, I saw a bird. Kill it.
Kill it. Oh, it's so brilliant. But yeah, so I tend to do a lot of that. I watch a lot of like people reacting to things. One of my favorites is actually a guy called Knox Hill, and he does a lot of like music reviews. But he's a rap artist himself, so he like breaks down the bars and like the meanings between them and shit like that, which just go completely over my head. Like, there's some lyrics that I just sort of understand, and then there's other ones that just go like deep into like hip hop lore and stuff, and he like really breaks it down and stuff. Is really interesting.
Hip hop lore. That's a term that I never thought I'd ever hear in my life.
It does sound weird.
Hip hop.
But it does it goes back to like the first people that like broke out into mainstream music in hip hop and where they started and where they come from and stuff, and how artists these days copy their styles and people don't even know who they are now.
It was Compton, wasn't
it? Not really.
I thought it was just like it was the NWA. That was like kind of the start of the movement.
They were sort of the ones that took it more like worldwide.
Mainstream. Yeah, right.
But there was ones before them that like got it into being like getting into record labels and starting to release music through record labels rather than just like rapping on street corners and 8 Mile Mom spaghetti shit.
I got called. Sorry, it's just because you said about Mum. I got called out earlier and on League of Legends because Uwu was actually telling jokes. I said, "Hey, let's just go to Your Mama jokes," and I was like, "Okay, I'll lay the first one." And I said, "Your mama's so nasty. She sucked your dad's dick and then came on and kissed you on the lips. Good night." And the rest of the people was like, "Yo, Master Yi, what the fuck?" It's like that's just nasty, bro. Just their reaction was just hilarious.
Listen, anyone who doesn't find that hilarious has experienced that in real life. That's all I have to say on that matter.
But no, it was great. It was the timing of it was just really cool as well. It was fun. But yeah, what's your best Your Mama jokes, guys?
I'm not really that good at jokes.
I think one of my favorite ones, and it's not mine. I would never take credit for it, but it's from a film, Meet the Spartans.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever watched that.
Isn't that the spin-off of
the
Meet the
take
Fockers?
piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Meet the Fockers? Yeah.
No, it's taking like the mick out of like 300.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
yeah.
then they have like your mama joke battle, and he comes out with your mama's so hairy, the only language she speaks is Wookiee. It always sticks with me, that one. Just watching the guy looking back at him, just going, yeah, your mama, but your mama, and everyone's just looking at him going.
It just reminds me of water, mate. My mama says, my mama says.
No, Colonel Sanders, you're wrong. Mama's right.
Right, so you wanted to talk about the streaming direction that we're in. So I want to hear from you first, Ryan. And it's not a joke. Genuinely, I want to hear, like, would you get back into streaming if you had the internet and, like, the hardware for it? Would you want to do that? Or would you want to create content on YouTube? Or what would you do?
To be honest, I liked streaming for the fact of, like, just playing games with people and having, like, that little community. But at the same time, it's sort of like I prefer, like, the content creation of actually, like, making videos afterwards. What? Why are you going to do that to me?
I haven't done anything.
So yeah, I'd sort of, like, prefer to record stuff and put it out rather than doing it live, but my internet just sucks.
The live stream aspect of it, I really enjoy it because you have that live interaction with someone, and if someone's having a shitty day and they come to you and your content for a pick-me-up, and then whether they lurk or whether they tell you, because I've had plenty of people tell me, and Links, you probably have too, that when somebody comes in and tells you, like, I'm having a shitty day, but your content picks me up, that's such a rewarding, and it's such an amazing feeling that you can just make that much difference in one person's day.
100%.
Being able to do it live and, like, have that one-to-one interaction with them at that moment in their life when they're feeling so down or when they're having a bit of a shitty day, like, it's an amazing feeling. And that's the reason why I keep streaming as well, to have that interaction.
Even down to, like, the little things, not even going that deep with it. Like, when you play a game and someone comes in afterwards and it's like, oh, GG, that was a really fun game. It's like that sort of nice interaction that you wouldn't usually get in a lot of games because they don't have, like, a post-game chat, or they're on a different platform, like, and can't communicate across platform.
That's 100% how I came into contact with Zuto. I was playing Dead by Daylight, and Zuto was my killer, and he came in because he's on PlayStation 4. And for those that don't know, Zuto's from South Africa, so his ping is between the ranges of 200 to 250. So when he hit me, I was already over the pallet, running away, legitly, and then somehow I'd be dead. And
Hawkins will live in the memory forever.
No, never. And he came in and he said, "Hey, GG, well played. I'm really sorry. There was probably some scuffed hits. It's because of my ping. I'm from South Africa." And since then, it's been like, what, a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Zuto's been in my community and just like an integral part of the community in the stream. And, like, you do make friends, and, like, the community aspect of streaming is the biggest thing for me, bringing people together, like similar, like-minded people, like the same games, or even if you like different games.
Have you?
That's the main thing, is people being together. You got that community, and you got that familiarity with people. I mean, you can just have fun together.
That's how I met Ash as well, because Ash was my killer.
Same.
I slapped you with a hatchet.
Yep.
I think he was a Demogorgon for my match, funnily enough.
He was Huntress for me.
And you're a demo main as well.
Yep.
I can't remember how I came in contact with you, Lynx. I don't think we first met on a game, did we?
You raided me. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but I can remember going back on your VOD, because it's always nice to do something like that anyway.
Yeah.
And see, like, opinions and whatnot.
That's how, Threat Designs?
Yeah.
So that's how I've been in some of his videos. When I've raided him, I've said how beautiful of a man he is and how his beard is, and like, he's a gorgeous human being. And then he's also very good at video games, and he's clipped those parts and put them in his comeback video or his thank you video, appreciate videos, that kind of thing. And it's really funny to see. And it's nice to see that people go back on the VODs, like with the raid and stuff, and they see how they found your channel. It's really nice to get that sort of analytical insight from it.
100%.
Have you ever heard of the Hawkins Incident thing?
The Hawkins Incident?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So this was a prime example of how bad Zuto's ping was. So he was carrying a survivor. Starstruck was up. Kev dropped the pallet to get the pallet stun. And he didn't drop the survivor, didn't get stunned, and hit him through the pallet to down it with Starstruck.
And the pallet was literally brushing the skin off of his face.
I would have been fuming. I would have been fuming.
It was great because it was Kill Your Friends, so we were all in a voice chat just crying, laughing, and he was just there just shaking his head like, that shouldn't have happened. That shouldn't have happened.
The fact that he still got her to hook as well. That's what really pissed me off. Like, irrespective of the stun not happening, irrespective of the fact that he hit me through a downed pallet that I was already running away from, he got her to the hook, and I was fuming. I just can't believe it. Like, it's awful. And then he mocked me even. Well, I say he mocked me. I made the emote for him, but it was like a 250 ping emote that he'd just spam every time he just hit me with something, and it's just hilarious. But Zuto's amazing. I love him.
I would have been I would have lost my temper on that, which is very rare. I lose my temper, but I would have lost it. And
then we played Kill Your Friends again because Zuto's living in a part of South Africa where when they have bad weather, it cuts off their internet and the electrics. So he finally had his internet back up and electrics, and he was able to download the update for, I think, the rework on Dead Hard and everything.
Yep.
So we were playing. He was playing Ghostface on Larry's, I believe, and I think he was either going to pick up Ryan or he had Ryan on his back. And in one of the corners where you got that load of garbage with an L, and then you got a pallet in between it. There's a window there, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to that window, nowhere near Zuto. All of a sudden, I'm on the floor, and then I just hear Ryan squealing like a little baby. Like, just laughing at me because he just couldn't believe how he hit that. And I was pretty much at the end of the L. I didn't move after he hit me, and I was pretty much at the end of the L from when he hit me, from the window. It was insane. Like, I just again, and it was it was PTSD of Hawkins.
It was genuinely, I was on his shoulder and heard the vault, and I think about 3 seconds later, I just heard you go down. I just burst into laughter because I knew exactly what happened.
Doesn't even need to look at the screen, and I was raging. I've never been so angry, but the thing is, I expect it because it's Zuto. But even so, it's infuriating. But because it's Kill Your Friends, it's still bloody hilarious.
It's funny when you load into a game and he goes, right, I won't lunge just in case we get any dodgy hit.
Yes. Wow, that was funny. But yeah, there's things like Fall Guys. We were talking before we started. So, community games on a Friday. Links. You said you was changing it up, right?
Yeah, last week, me, Ash, Chris, and a couple of, I think, who was the other one? Mason as well, and some of my community. We did In Silence.
Okay.
You know that big rat creature that's blind. You have someone play the rat creature that's blind, and you have to try and find them before the other people before they fix the car or open the armory.
Okay.
That was really fun, and we made a lot of fun out of that.
That was hilarious to watch. It's kind of like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Where you got to go around the map and find the pieces to put the car back together to drive out.
But
Right.
honestly, like the funniest part of it, like obviously we made our own fun. I had Ash and Chris just playing sounds through their microphone and whatnot, and because obviously the monster is blind, so he has to try and find you with sound and stuff like that and sonar.
Right.
All you could see and hear was Ash was hiding. I think it was near the barn, and Fox was the monster. And all you could hear from this barn was "Gooby Dooby Doo, where are you?" And then there was a point as well where Chris got caught. And when you get caught, you can flashbang the monster to make a getaway.
Yeah.
And when Chris flashbanged the monster, I can't remember. I think it was either Mason or Fox that was the monster at that point. But they got Chris, and then Chris flashbanged them. And then, because I was right next to him, this was right next to the cornfield. I was right next to where the monster got Chris, and he flashbanged. And then all you heard, and all I saw, was Chris running away while this. Like the
Was it Benny Hill chase music?
yeah, and then all you saw was Chris just run away with that music playing, and it was freaking priceless. All they were doing were just playing sounds through their mic just to try and get the monster to hear them. Like
Sounds pretty fun.
you could be quite a considerable bit like distant, because obviously it's in-game voice chat, directional, all that,
Yeah.
so you can hear them if they're far away a little bit, but if they're close you can hear them more. And all you heard from different directions was different sounds being played, from Scooby-Doo to everything. It was really fun. But yeah, that's what I've started doing, because obviously I don't do Survivor on Dead by Daylight anymore, and because I'm a Dead by Daylight streamer now, I've moved over to Killer, so I don't get as much time with friends as I used to.
Yeah.
So that's what we've kind of turned Fridays into now, with different games and whatever we can think of, really.
I'm curious, why did you change to Killer only rather than Survivor as well?
I've been doing Survivor for going on 2 years as the main core part of my content, with Killer sprinkled here and there. But with all the changes that they made with like Dead Hard and all the meta changes and like core gameplay changes, it seemed like Killer was going to be a little more casual fun now. And to its like what's the word I'm looking for?
It needed to be.
Yeah, and it has been. Like,
Yeah.
I've been playing Killer for what now? 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks now. Has it been going since the big change?
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, and it's been casual every time. It's been actual fun. Like, sure, you've had your bully squads and you've had your new meta rise up with Off the Record and different shit like that, but it's been a lot better. Like, it's not sweaty, it's not stressy, it's not anxiety inducing.
the way I sort of seen it was it's a lot more now. When you do lose a game of Killer, it's more because the team you've gone against are either generally good players, or you can pinpoint that you've made big mistakes.
Yeah,
rather
which has
than
been the case.
Rather than
that's been the case every single time.
Yeah,
like there's been games like pretty much today. I had a few of those games, like the RPD Blight game. I got very unlucky with that.
That's tough.
They pretty much got me down to all the gens done, but there was a point where I actually got a 3K. So that it was a close game, and I was able to bring it back, and that was fun.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't an overall stomping.
Yeah, but pre-update, you'd have just got shat on and teabagged at the gate.
Oh yeah, God yeah. If this was pre-update, that game would have gone. I wouldn't have got a hook. Not a chance.
But that's what my thing is. It's more like I've played Survivor for pretty much the same time as you, and then like I've dabbled in killer here and there, but because of my community, I always like let them join in, or like people that jump in from previous games or just find me on recommended or whatever. They say, "Oh, are you playing with viewers?" Yeah, jump in, because I like to create that sort of like nice community.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't sort of. I used to be 50-50 because I used to stream twice a day, 7 days a week, and it would pretty much only be Dead by Daylight. I played, I think, Survivor in the morning because the Survivor queues were really fast. And then I'd play Killer in the evenings because the Killer queues were really fast. And I met quite a lot of people. And knowing there's some Survivors and stuff, that, hey, do you play Survivor? Yeah, I play it in the mornings. It's good advertising for you play both sides, and then they can join you in the next stream. And but since the updates, like you, I found playing Survivor very, very casual. It was easy to play because no matter how many mistakes you made, 9 times out of 10, you only need one person, like one extra person, including yourself, to be like pretty decent at the game, and then you could just finish it.
Yeah.
It wasn't stressful. You didn't need to sweat. The only time you needed to sort of have a bit of a plan or have a little bit of communication or something or play strategically is if you had like a face camping Bubba in the basement, and you wanted to get everyone out. Like if you didn't want to get everyone out, and you could just like smash the gens and just do it, no problem. And 3-man escape is easy. But now there's not much you can do if you get face camped, even with the board time changes, because you can just tunnel one person out of the game and then it's pretty much game over at 5 gens.
Yeah.
It's too. I find it. I think the problem is they changed too much of the game too fast. I think if they wanted to shake up the meta, first do the gens, see how that pans out. Or first do the perks, see how that pans out. Because changing everything all at once is such a monumental change to the core aspect of the game and how the game is going to be played. It's just going to be difficult on all sides, but then you're going to still get the same people that play the gen slowdowns or like the sweaty meta builds for killer, and like still face camping at 5 gens or tunneling at 5 gens. And then it's like you said, it's more casual to play killer these days, and it's just easier to play killer because even if you don't face camp and get tunnel one person out at 5 gens, it's still kind of an easy game. Like Ryan said, the only time that you'll lose more often than not is if you get a bully squad that is very, very good at the game, or you make a handful of mistakes. And like the mistakes have to be pretty big. Like unless you're playing on a map like RPG and you got a blight and you can bump or slide onto everything, it's very difficult. But then that comes with like your experience with that killer. So I'm not sure how experienced you are with him, but I know for a fact that I would probably struggle to even get a single hook as blight on that map. But I think it's more of a casual game for killers because of how big of a change it was, and Survivor is just kind of dying off a little bit unless you got a constant bully squad, you know.
To be fair, when it comes to my personal skill or my experience with killer, like I'm generally good with the majority of killers. Like even if they've got like a high skill ceiling, like for example blight or nurse, you can always kind of go back to what the core killer gameplay is. You don't have to use their power. Sure, it's a detriment if you don't, but you can always go back as long as you've got the experience of playing killer or the experience of the game down to its actual core. You can do well with anyone. Like when I compare like blight, like my 2 worst killers in my opinion is blight and Billy, but I do play on a controller as well, so I have a bit of a.
It's a bit of a learning curve when it comes. Like with me, all I need to do is just flick my mouse. With you, you've got to sort of. I know some people when they play Blight or Billy, they change their sensitivity to like extreme.
Well, my sensitivity on my controller has always been at 100. That's just I play every killer with that. But even so, I can't do flicks that mouse can.
Yeah.
No.
And I think that's needed for like killers like Billy or like to get around those kind of areas, because even with the controller, like you can, but you can't do it as effectively is like the hug tech with Blight. You can't really do that on a controller as well as a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, because it's like a, what is it called an analog sort of?
Yeah.
It's like an analog movement rather than a directional, like a proper directional movement, because it's sort of like a gradual sort of slide rather than like an instant sort of flick.
Yeah.
Like I kind of know what I mean in my head, and it's difficult to explain, but it's the same as like FPS games. If you play FPS games with the controller, your aim is going to sort of like slide across, rather than if you had a keyboard and mouse, you can flick it instantly to that position. Yeah, snap. That's the word. Yeah, you can't like snap on targets.
I was watching Scott Junn talk about it because he spent a whole stream basically trying to learn how to play Billy better, and someone said to him like, you need to turn up the sensitivity on your DPI, and he was like, well, what's the point? Like Billy can only do a 90-degree turn, and that's like the limit of it. And they were like, no, if you put the DPI up on your mouse, you can actually 180 flick with when you're curving Billy, and you've got no chance of doing that on controller.
Yeah, no. I struggle with mouse, to be honest.
Like I struggle with Billy anyway. Don't get me wrong, but like the fact that he was just like, I've been limiting my ability with Billy purely because my mouse DPI wasn't high enough while playing with him.
I think my DPI is like 800 or something. But
I don't even know what mine is.
I think when I play Dead by Daylight, I put it to 1200. I want to say.
But even then, controller.
Even then, it's just difficult. I think I'm with Aaron on this. I think my worst killers are Blight and Billy. Like I'm, as much as you meme about midwich nurse, I feel I'm a decent nurse. Like, and I think nurse is once you learn the basics with nurse, I think she is the easiest killer in the game.
Oh god, yeah.
Like you just need to with nurse, with playing nurse, you just need to know the basics of the game. In my opinion, like if you can mind game survivors, and then you learn how to blink, then you can just easily 4K with nurse all the time.
They're talking about it as someone was saying basically they, in their opinion, that Billy is the hardest killer to learn because not only have you got to learn how to control him, you need to learn every loop inside out. Nurse, once you've learned how far you can go and how long you need to charge to go that far, it's muscle memory. It doesn't matter what the loop is because you just go through it.
And there's two ways to play the loop. There's one, which I always, whenever somebody comes into my match and they're not a very good nurse and you can tell, then I always give them the same advice. The last place that you saw the survivor, blink to that location. Because there's two things they're going to do. One, they're going to double back. Or two, they're going to hold W. If they double back and you overextend and sort of guess where they're going to go, and you blink to that location, and they've doubled back, then you're screwed. Because then they're back around that corner, and then you can't see them again. But then if you blink to that location, they double back, you get free M1. If they hold W, then you can split. You have that second blink to then finish it, and then get the M1 on that then.
Yep.
That's all you need to do. That's the basics of nurse. And then if they've proven that they don't double back on themselves, then you can't. That's when you can sort of guess where they're going to go. But you need to remember, say for example, if he was a Steve always holds W no matter what. Then you can sort of predict where he's going to be. But then if the Elodie have doubled her back a few times, then you don't want to predict where she's going to be. The best thing to do is just go by the last place that you saw her, by the corner or something. And that's pretty much the basics of nurse, of what the core part of nurse I feel people need to learn. Because people either overextend too much because they hold it and they think, oh, I gotta go through this wall, so I need to hold it for like an extra half a second. Then they overextend it and predict incorrectly. Or they just don't play the basics. Like they don't like I said, just blink to the corner or wherever you last saw the survivor. But and then they don't know how to mind game.
It'd be very interesting to see where Wesker ends up when he gets released now, because he's
high A. I think he's going to be a high A.
He's a B tier apparently, isn't he?
No, high A.
What, currently?
High A, yeah.
He's basically nurse, but reverse the blink. So his first dash is shorter, his second dash is longer. And
See, I've
he can't
still
go
not played
through
any of it.
loops. There's
He
certain
is
things
going
you
to
can
be
do.
a little beast.
There's certain things you can do to like get around him. Like one of the tricks I've seen, which is actually really funny, is so part of his power is he can vault pallets with his power. But if you're using any means necessary on the pallet, he can't vault it.
Yep.
So there's one, I saw a video on Twitter. So somebody was in chase with Wesker and they dropped the pallet. But as they were dropping the pallet, or as they pressed it, it should have stunned him from what I saw. But he actually sort of like teleported through the pallet, gripped them by the neck, and I don't know what the animation is after that. I'm not sure because I haven't played it. But is that when they pick them up or when they grab? I don't know.
So when he
Is
dashes,
that a slap across the face or something?
When he dashes, he grabs hold of you and then he'll throw you. And if you if you hit an object, you'll lose a health state. Or if you hit another survivor, you and that survivor will lose a health state.
Yeah, they went into a tree, so they lost their health state. So I think they were already injured because they went down.
Yeah.
But the fact that they dropped the pallet well in time, and then after they turned around, the pallet was dropped. So I'm not sure whether that was a bug or whether that's intentional or whether it was
Wesker
like
is incredibly buggy at the moment.
There was a fair few bugs with him.
So with the sort of ping system on this dedicated service, you know, when you have that sort of gear sort of notification if you missed the hit or you got dedicated or something. So isn't that going to cause a lot of issues then? Is that like the whole bug system kind of thing of Wesker?
It depends how he releases. Obviously, it's just PTB, so there will be bugs here and there.
Yeah. Their servers are on the stable list for PTB anyway.
Yeah, so it just depends how he releases. I imagine they will fix the majority of the bugs. He probably will still release with a few, but
the main thing is really with Wesker is they need to release him without changing him. Like, he does not need a buff and he does not need a nerf. He is good as he is.
Yeah.
That's the case with a few of the killers, though, in my opinion.
The only thing which it's not really that big of an issue, but it is quite significant, is once you become fully infected, you become hindered, and it's not even a little hindrance, it's 8%.
To be fair, the way, like, if they didn't add the extra 10 seconds to the generators, then that would be fine.
But the thing is you've got the Nemesis style vaccines, but you got the first aid spray, and you can have 2 of them in one carton, so you can like get rid of your infection. But
how long does the infection like take its hold, kind of thing, to fully infect you?
It's kind of like a hybrid between Nemesis and Plague, so you can build up infection over time, or you get it when he hits you with his power.
Okay, so does he have add-ons that increases the infection rate as well?
Probably.
I know there's one that makes you start infected and you start to gain infection. I haven't really looked at the other ones. One of the biggest, I think the biggest thing from it is the fact that eventually you'll run out of the first aid sprays, and if he hits you with his power and you're fully infected, even if you're fully healed, and he'll just instantly pick you up.
So it's like Starstruck kind of thing then?
Not even Starstruck. I mean, he will literally just put you on straight on his shoulder and start walking off with you.
Yeah, you're one hit when you're fully infected.
That's a bit crazy then. It seems a bit overpowered.
Considering his power is essentially when you play nurse, and instead of blinking through the loop, you blink to the last place you've seen and then blink again. You could do that with Wesker.
So it's like a rewind.
Think Demogorgon, but with 2 shreds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so you could shred to the corner and then turn the corner and go, oh, he's held W, I'm going to shred again.
Yeah. Or like a 2-rush blight.
Yeah. But so like the first shred, the first like dash is a few meters. The second dash can be significantly longer. And then there's add-ons that you can change them.
Right. So what, to change it around so your first blink is longer and then the second blink is shorter, or to just enlarge in both?
There's one for both.
Yeah, so
Right,
you can take 20% off your first dash and add it to your second, or you can take 20% off the second and add it to the first.
See, that's not bad. Like something they could do with changing nurse like that, to be
You
honest.
could run it both and just be add-onless with 2 add-ons.
Yeah, bit of a meme.
Yeah. It
Chad
should be
build,
like an
that is.
Easter egg.
The Chad
Should
build.
be, yeah. It should be like an Easter egg where, like, if you do that, you gain 100% points for that trial. Or just you get an achievement. Maybe it's an achievement.
Yeah. It's interesting. I do agree he's going to be very high A tier, on par with Spirit, I would say.
I'd
His
still say
dashes.
Spirit is S tier, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Spirit is quite powerful.
The only
But
thing I
you
don't
don't- you
say she's S tier is I think Blight and Nurse are significantly better enough to be in their own category. But then I also agree that like Spirit doesn't belong in the same category as like Hag.
But how many spirits have you actually gone against that are genuinely good?
A lot.
No, I don't mean you because I know your MMR's high. I mean Ryan.
No,
Like, no offense to you, Ryan, but
no offense, but you're shit at the game. So how many good spirits have you played against? Is what you basically just said to me.
like pretty much that's what I'm saying. But you know what I mean. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. It's like you don't play the game enough, and when you do play the game, you play it to try out some weird ass builds.
Yeah, but
So
you
the
forget that
chances
when I typically then play that game, it is with the likes of you, Lynx, Ash, people who are good players. So I do tend to play against higher MMR players. Except
Right,
when
I'm
I
gonna
play with some friends and they don't play Devil Data very often, so I get to play the bully.
You get to be the Lynx and Kevin.
Yeah.
Ash.
Literally.
Yeah, I'll clip that part about you calling me a good survivor. I'm just saying.
That's fine.
Because you're normally trash talking me.
I think the biggest thing for Spirits was that Iron Will existed. Strider then didn't counter Iron Will. But given in the new patch, Iron Will is pretty much non-existent from what I've seen. And even then, a good Spirit with a good headset can hear you with Iron Will now, because you would have the same percentage as you would have if they run Strider against old Iron Will.
They've also changed the voice lines of the survivors. Not the voice lines, the voice volume.
They haven't yet.
They
haven't.
They're working on it.
That's weird then.
They were. And
it may have been a glitch because there was some games that I was in and Jane was incredibly quiet and they didn't have Iron Will.
I'm excited by it, but at the same time, I will be upset that Jane will moan fully in my ear anymore.
Jeez, dude, you know they've got Sex in Dead by Daylight now. It's hooked on you.
Yeah, but I've got to pay like £7 for that. I already own Jane.
I'll get it for you. Jeez. Actually, we don't even need to do that. Speaking of hooked on you, Apocalypse, you played that on stream, right? Didn't somebody narrate your playthrough?
Yeah, I had a few narrators, to be fair. Well, a few voice actors, let's say. Yeah, Ash was my narrator. He had the biggest job. I had Duke as my Huntress and Claudette and Dwight. I did Spirit, weirdly enough. But then like I started off strong, but then I recall back to the days when I played Pokemon Arceus when that first released. I tried to do voice acting for every character that I spoke to.
Yeah.
And I've never felt pain inside my throat every time I ended stream.
It goes dry, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it's like there was a couple of characters in the Pokemon, in like the Pokemon game that I kind of gave really aggressive voices. So I kind of had to make my voice quite kind of like aggressive and, you know, like Torg from Borderlands or something like that. Like it really and there was quite a few of those types of characters in the game, but then slowly but surely during the Pokemon game, my voice acting got less and less because my voice just couldn't do it. And then I recall back to I tried to do it again for like Hooked on You, but then like it came back like a PTSD, and I just knew I didn't want that pain in my throat again. So I just kind of kept myself to the easier kind of voices. I still made Trapper kind of aggressive because I couldn't not.
Yeah.
But I was very, very.
You started off doing Huntress, and that was a very good voice as well.
Only because it was the Samination voice, like, "Hey, you husband now," that kind of one.
I love it.
Because that's all I've ever known Huntress to really sound like. Because I love Samination's videos and stuff, so I tried to get some what's the word I'm looking for? Inspiration from that towards Huntress. But then even that, like, I can't do that voice as much just because of the way I have to rearrange my like vocal cords. So I eventually stopped doing that, and then I passed Huntress over to Duke. And I stayed with. I didn't put a voice on for Spirit in the end. I just kind of used my normal voice, and then I used the voice changer for the Entity. And then I gave Trapper the only aggressive voice I could, and then I gave Wraith the, oh, you know, that kind of voice.
I can totally hear Wraith sounding like that.
I mean, I could have gone with the ding, ding, ding.
Oh, the Samination style.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do that with that one.
The only other way I could take it would be like a raspy old man that's like smoked 100 cigarettes every day for the last 50 years. Just from his little snarl when he's
yeah, the snarl, yeah. I mean, it just in the game, the way he looked and the way he acted, it was just like a spoilt rich guy. So I was kind of like, oh, I'm a bit snooty, yeah.
It is the funniest thing. Like, you drop a pallet in front of a Wraith. If they stand still and look at it, he does his little head tilt, and he just looks like the most upset person you'll ever see in your life.
But that's how that went. I still have to do quite a bit on Hooked on You. I haven't got around to playing it a bit more, just because I had a week off and I needed that. So, and then I've just come back this week, and trying to just get back into more of the swing of things and try and
I need to just play it, and I think I might take a leaf out of your book and hire some peasants like Ash to do the voiceover. So
good luck trying to get Ash to do it again.
I'll just get him to do. I'll just do Huntress like, Ash, hum in my ear, please. You what? Oh God, it's good though.
I don't even know how we ended up in that situation. Ash just joined because we were watching through the behavior live stream, and Ash just joined, and then somehow I roped him into the whole narrator.
I was very shocked at how quick he accepted just doing it.
I don't think he knew what he was getting into.
No, he definitely didn't, because it was the biggest job in the game. He had the most words.
It was basically listening to Ash narrate most of the game and watching Lynx try not to piss himself laughing.
No, it's when Ash said about caressing Wraith's bell. That killed me. It killed me. And he didn't even read it before he read it. And it was, we just broke out into laughter just because he had to read it. Oh, it was
brilliant.
Best moment. Hearing Ash just say, I have to caress Wraith's bell.
In his northern accent. I'll be right back, love. I just got to caress Wraith's bell. Imagine if his girlfriend was in the room just not knowing what he was doing at the time, or she walks in as he says, I'm going to caress the Wraith's bell. It's just...
Oh, you said about ideas about what to put in like clips instead of the nominate a streamer.
Yeah.
Of this video, that should be the clip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? We will. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ash
Definitely.
Caress and Wraith Spell is going to be the clip.
we'll get the clip.
I'll send it over to you, right?
Brilliant.
We'll
Nice
put
one.
it in. That's fine.
So going back to streaming then, apart from that one, what is your most favorite streaming moment, guys?
Well, to be fair, I'm looking at the notes in front of me, and we've gone very. I don't know where we've gone.
We've gone backwards, I think.
I
We
mean,
started at the bottom. Well,
You started asking Ryan about his streaming direction, and then we suddenly went to Wesker.
Yeah.
And we went from being episode 10 to episode 9.
Listen, eventually we'll be back at episode 1 and starting all over again.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm not telling my bum wizard story again. That was a one-time deal.
You're a bum wizard, Harry.
I carried on playing with that name after Chase's stream the other night, and I got into a game with other streamers, and I went into one of their chats, and the first message I seen pop up was "Bum Wizard." That's a great name.
Oh, it's worth it though. But yeah, what's your favorite streaming moment, guys?
See, the one I'm probably most famous for, because you didn't let it die for a long time, was me shouting "clicky clicky" now at a Claudette.
Oh, it was fantastic. It genuinely was.
You made me play a game of Nurse at the time where I think I must have played maybe 4 killer matches in my entire DVD life, and this squad of Claudettes was just bullying the shit out of me.
They weren't even good. That's the funny thing.
No, I know. They weren't good. They were fucking awful, which is what pissed me off more. And then the Claude was starting to like click a flashlight at me, and I managed to hit her with the half decent blink.
After about 10 minutes.
Yeah. And just instantly just went, clicky clicky now! Clicky clicky now, bitch!
But the thing is, it was super lucky though, because it was in is it in
Growing Storehouse it was.
It's the storehouse, yeah. So
yes, I remember it very well.
As they jump out of the window, he blinked to them. It was the most easiest blink, and I thought he was going to miss it, but he didn't. So he hit the blink, hit her, and was clicky, clicky now. And then he recovered pretty quickly, and then she just ran around the sort of coils, the obstacles. So it was just an easy one blink hit for him. And he turned around, did the one hit blink, and then he just went into full-on goblin mode. Clicky, clicky now! It was fantastic. I even made him an emote for it.
Yeah.
It was just super funny. Oh, but yeah, Aaron, what about yours, man?
Favorite streaming moment. I've had a few.
Name them.
I think the overall one is probably the hot tub stream. But you guys weren't around for that.
Sadly, I've seen stuff. But I've not actually seen the stream, obviously.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite one, because that was something that because obviously around that time the hot tub stream meta was there. Everyone was doing it, from Amaranth to, all the rest of them. I only know Amaranth because
she still does it, doesn't she?
Yeah, she still does it.
Jesus, how long can you be in a hot tub?
God, imagine how crinkly your toes would be.
Oh, yeah.
I got 1,000 hours in DBD. I've got 1,000 hours in hot tub.
I was just saying, I got 1,000 hours in a hot tub.
Yeah, that was when the hot tub meta was there, and it was. I kind of regret it in a sense, because I'm very much that was my kind of first big planned out moment where I was celebrating hitting goals and stuff like that. So that was my first ever properly planned content that I went more in depth with. But I do regret it, because I feel like I blew my load too much on it, and now I can't.
Are we still talking about Twitch, or are we talking about OnlyFans?
OnlyFans, don't worry about it.
Right, okay, cool. It's just, you started talking about blowing your load. I was like, "What? Are we still talking about Twitch now?"
The thing was that the timing for that was perfect because of the hot tub meta.
Yeah.
It was.
But at the moment, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do when I inevitably hit 2K, and I'm one of those people that I like to outdo myself from something I've previously done.
Same.
I don't know, and I've been racking my brains for like a year now, over a year actually, of what I can do to, do better than it.
Outdo yourself, yeah.
Yeah, outdo myself, and I can't. I physically can't think of anything that I could outdo that with, apart from doing a part 2. But I like to think that the hot tub stream stuff was a one-time thing, and then I move on to something bigger and better. But the bigger and better
I
has
get you.
just not come into my head. So
I'm almost
I've been doing the same thing.
99.9% certain that you wouldn't do this, but I've just had the image of you loaded into stream and your camera popping up and you just being completely bald.
yeah, that's never gonna happen.
But you could do it with a bald cap, which would be fucking hilarious for the split moment where everyone thought you were actually bald.
No, you would have to pay me a substantial amount of money for me to shave my hair.
The imagery of bald links just isn't leaving my head now, and I can't stop thinking of it.
Aaron, send me a picture. Just like send me a decent, like, clear picture. I will make you bald to see what it looks like.
No, I already know what it's looked like via Snapchat filters, mate.
I'll give you a biker beard as well.
I can't unsee it.
No,
but no, I totally get what you mean. It's like I've been doing the same thing since I hit 1K. I did a subathon, and my wife waxed both my eyebrows off. My daughter painted my face green. I dressed up in my wife's clothes. My daughter then proceeded to draw eyelashes on me, and she did my wings pretty good. And I'm just thinking, like, it was a 24-hour stream. I dressed up as Queen Crazy. I looked like Fiona from fucking Shrek, and I had no eyebrows for a few weeks, probably like 6 to 8 weeks.
You so looked like Matt Lucas without eyebrows.
Yeah, they thought I looked like Matt Lucas. And I put up a picture of Matt Lucas. Like, if I shaved my beard off, I'd look like Matt Lucas. And, but I don't think that there's much that I can top that with. And I was thinking the other day, what can I do? And because my beard is quite long, and I didn't plan on trimming it or shaving it or anything, I was just like tidying up the sides to make sure it looked like decent. I was thinking maybe my daughter could trim my beard into a style, like not shave it totally off or anything, but like maybe something like that as one of the things. But it's just very difficult. It's like one of the things that I did. It was literally random on the day. I woke up like 8 o'clock in the morning, and then by about 9, I was like, should I just jump in the hot tub and just stream? And this was on Christmas Day. Like I did my first and only hot tub stream on Christmas Day. I grabbed my phone, set up a tripod and light, and I was just there. Hello, gamers, just naked. Well, not naked, but I usually go naked in my hot tub. But I was like in hot tub gear kind of thing. I was just shorts and whatever, and I was just hello, gamers, hot tub gear. Yeah, I don't know what to call it.
I so wanted you to do it in scuba diving gear.
I didn't have it, otherwise I didn't plan it. That's the thing. Like most of the things that I do are quite spontaneous. Like we was having this discussion beforehand. Like I'm a very organized person. I love my schedules. I love it. And contrary to what you guys, Ryan thinks, because of my streaming schedule's been a bit out of place recently because I've been like working on getting like another job. Is I thrive on having a schedule, and if something isn't planned, like it can throw me out quite a bit and like make my head go a bit weird. But things like that, where it's like spontaneous and I'm doing it for the content to be fun and just to make people laugh and just have a good time and just have a nice day or whatever, that's why that type of sort of spontaneous random actions, that doesn't bother me. But like if I'm scheduling something, it has to be perfect.
Yep.
Otherwise I will just like stress out and I will not have a good time.
So
Links and King Crazy hot tub stream when?
Oh, daddy. Just let me know the time and the place. Oh, Scuba Steve.
I've got to ask you then.
Scuba Queen Crazy.
What's your favourite streaming moment then, Kev?
My favorite streamer moments. Oh my god.
Where's one brain cell needs to warm up?
Oh my god. I don't know that. Like Aaron, there's so many.
I think one of my favorite moments from one of your streams, and you'll probably remember this, is probably one of the most scary moments for yourself. Was you about to play one more game of Dead by Daylight? You load in, and as you load in, your fucking battle station 4-screen monitor, the table collapses underneath.
Oh no.
So the stream ended with you one-handed trying to raid out whilst trying to hold all 4 monitors up. And your camera just pretty much focused on your crotch the entire time.
Right, I'll tell the story of that because you know what? I think that is a really because I was just pissing myself laugh the entire time. Like I'm that bloody relaxed that I had almost like £1,000 worth of monitors collapsing on me at the time, and I was just there, just giggling, laughing, like Ryan said, trying to one hand. So we were. Essentially, I had the same desk set up for like the past 6 or 7 years, I think. So it's like the IKEA desk, and then you put the legs underneath. But what I forgot is that because I had 2 monitors. No, I had 1 monitor at the time. Then I upgraded to 2 monitors. Then I got 3 monitors of the same, but kept my gaming monitor because of the response time on it. And then when I sorted my room around, I upgraded all of the monitors, so I got all 4 monitors. And so I had to buy a rig for it to manage all 4 monitors things. And with the combined weight is about 50 to 60 kilograms, like with all the monitors and the rig. And the sort of desk that I had my PC on it, all the Go XLR, Stream Decks, keyboard, mouse, etc. But then I had to drill through it or clamp it on to get the monitors. So I thought, all right, cool, I'll just clamp it on, it'll be easy. So what I forgot was, do you know when you like break open a sort of cheap kind of table, or like you can get some doors that aren't actually hard, they're hollow inside and they got like cardboard stuff in between them, like the hexagon shapes. Do you guys know what they are?
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much my desk was made of that inside, unbeknownst to me because I forgot because I bought them so long ago. So I had 50 to 60 kilograms worth of monitors just clamped to the one edge of it. And then all of a sudden I hear this crack. And I look down and I was like, what the hell was that? And then I look and then I see like a sort of broken rim around the clamp. I say, oh, that's fine. So I carry on the stream. And then like Ryan said, towards the end, loading into a match, more creaking, more cracking. And I think, why are my monitors getting bigger? And I'm looking at my monitors and the monitors are just falling towards my face. I'm like, oh shit, that's why. So I reach out and grab the thing. I'm just there pissing myself laughing with monitors falling through my desk. The only thing holding them on is the hard wood that is on the edge, like to sort of finish the table. And I'm just there, and I called my wife and daughter. I was like, yo, are you going to help me like lift these monitors up? And because I was holding them up with one hand, trying to raid, I think he was Long Live Mac at the time. He's pretty cool. I like him. And I was just raiding out, and it was just one of the most hilarious. I think that has to be one of my most favorite things. Because it just describes my streams. It's just me. It's just
everything was so scuffed.
Yeah, it's just scuffed and dumbass, and it's like, really? It's the other one is when, like, whenever Queen brings up food to me, people say, "Oh, what have you got?" So, like, I show what I have, and like, there's this one time there's this bacon bagels, and I just have bacon bagels every day for however many weeks, and because I love them, and it was like, "Oh, show me the bacon bagel today." So I picked up the bagel. I thought I was being all cool. I changed the scene to the camera and everything got focused on the bagel. And I tilted it towards the camera a little bit so people could see, and then it fucking fell off, didn't it? It slid off my plate and just landed on my Stream Deck and on my keyboard. So I had like greasy keys, and I was trying to wipe it, and I almost clicked the end stream on my Stream Deck. And it was just like, like my stream is the most scuffed, but genuinely scuffed. It's not planned. And when things like that happen, that's why I got the one brain cell emote, because like I just do dumb shit and I don't even realize. Like I'm quite an intelligent bloke, but when it comes to like I got a good common sense, but at the same time I'm stupid and dumb as fuck, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, I think that's what makes it funny, because there's some people that pretend to do that stuff, or some people to like have a persona to be like Jacksepticeye, for example. There is no way on earth that guy is constantly screaming and shouting through his day-to-day life. So obviously that's his persona, being very loud, very animated. But what you see on stream with me is what you get. The only difference is that I'm not constantly talking when I'm off stream, because obviously I'm there talking, I'm just doing the commentary or whatever I'm doing on the game. I'm talking out loud, thinking out loud. But when I'm not streaming, obviously I'm just like sat here. Either like when we've played before, we call out the game. We're not constantly like sort of talking, because we're not talking to chat. That's the biggest thing. We're just more chill. But yeah, what you see is what you get. Like off stream, if we ever did meet up, like Ryan can attest to this. The amount of stupid shit that I've done. Like, what was it? We were in Five Guys and I couldn't find the drinks machine. Like
There's two massive machines on site.
It's just two huge machines in the corner of like just next to where we paid. I'm like, where do I get my drink? Like, I'm just, it's just dumb as fuck. I'm stupid but intelligent at the same time. But yeah. Like the food things and the collapsing monitors. Like the amount of times the food has fallen. Of when I spilled my drink too. I spilled an entire cup of coffee over my keyboard and broke my keyboard midstream, so I stole my doors. I had to go in and just grab her keyboard, just hook it up to mine and just like crack on with the stream.
By the way, I'm stealing your keyboard.
Yeah, she was in school at the time, so it's fine. So, Linksy boy, who inspired you to stream?
Oh, just one person, one singular person. Which ironically he made his comeback last night, and that's why I pretty much only got 4 hours sleep.
Monto?
It is Monto.
Love it.
Monto's cool.
Monto is my streaming hero. He's the one that got me into Dead by Daylight in general.
Yeah.
And being a streamer and like what he does and how he is and that, it's Monto.
Just
Monto,
a little
100%.
bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So if we could get Monto on here, the very, very small chance, would you be up for doing it?
Oh God, yeah.
You wouldn't call in the sick.
Screaming without the S.
With the S as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan?
It's very much from the same sort of region of people. There was a group that sort of played together quite often. So there was Monto. I do enjoy watching Monto. I wasn't into him as much because he does a lot more killer, whereas I was a lot more survivor.
Yeah.
But I started off getting into Dead by Daylight from watching a group called Achievement Hunter. Now I cannot watch any of their Dead by Daylight videos because it infuriates me.
Why?
How come?
They have their own way of playing games and they play it to have fun with each other. So you watch them play the game and like there's not like even a zero attempt at looping. Like they'll just run around in circles, not knowing what the hell they're doing. Like some of them still get scared by skill checks popping up. That's like just how little they know of and how little they play the game. They're great fun to watch playing it, but like when you know how to play the game, you're like, oh my god, how what's going on? Why are you doing these things?
Definitely, yeah.
But obviously, I got into Dead by Daylight, so started watching a lot more Dead by Daylight content creators. One I watched for a while was Noob3, King of the Trolls, and then on to Puppers. Puppers was one that really stuck with me for a long time, with just his outlook on the game. Like he was always very much like you get your streamers who are the killer mains and they play Survivor and they'll just sort of chill when they play Survivor. Then you get like your Survivor mains who bully or attempt to bully the killer for the whole game, like the likes of like JRM and Aaron, where the whole game is find the killer, do what we're trying to do to the killer. whether it be get them in the hole or whatever it happens to be for that day. But Puppers was very much like he would run sort of funnier builds, and he'd quite happily sit there and do a gen whilst chatting, but at the same time was also really, really good in chase. That was
for
sort of
you
the
guys,
main one.
so for you guys then, it's like quite recent, like the last few years kind of thing, that you've wanted to get into content creation.
Well, I only started about coming up to 2 years ago.
No, yeah, I know that, but didn't you want to get in? Didn't you ever think about it before?
I've thought about it for quite a number of years, but I just didn't have the equipment in a sense.
Right. Okay.
I'd sort of thought about it years ago, but like sort of growing up for me, live streaming wasn't even a thing that I was aware of. It was very much like I was interested in making videos in the way that like you had the viral Vine videos, and like even down to just watching people like watching Jackass and stuff like that and being like, oh, I'd love to like make videos like they do, just doing whatever they want to do to have fun and putting it out there. So in that sort of sense, I've always sort of wanted to go down that sort of route for years, but like live streaming itself was never something that hit me until sort of like leading up to the first lockdown, really.
That's fair enough. Then.
What about yourself?
As far as live streamers go, I don't really think like a live streamer inspired me to want to stream. Like it's funny that you should say about Jackass, because it reminded me of what I actually did. Like back 2006, when YouTube was just a baby boy or girl, but just a baby website. It was. I loved Jackass Dirty Sanchez. I idolized Matthew Pritchard. Like I think he's just absolutely amazing, and like all the Jackass guys. But like I really liked him more than the rest of them. And I used to want to be a stuntman, and I used to see the Jackass stunts and the Dirty Sanchez stunts and stuff, and I thought, why not? Just do it. Just do that stuff. So I did that stuff, and I used to record it. And back in 2006, 2007, or whatever it was, I did have a YouTube account, and I posted those videos on YouTube. Like I was in school, for example, and like we would be in PE. I'd see a wet floor sign, and I'd get one of the rugby guys because they're stronger, and I'd be like, yo, do me a favor, smash that across my head. Like, see if it breaks. And this is probably why I've only got one brain cell left, but every time we went to PE from then on, they said, yo, can we smash this wet floor sign on your head and record it? And I'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it. And then I'd go to more dangerous things. Like I made this like weird joke of being like the Welsh Jesus. And it's stupid because you know when they nail their hands to a piece of wood, or like the weapons of their hands to a piece of wood, I did that to all of my weapons. Like, and I know obviously looking back that saying that kind of stuff isn't like good, but I was a kid back then. But like there was this loads of shit. I used to put those videos on there. But then when I grew up, I learned coding and stuff like that. I made tutorials, and I was doing it like this was before the chat tutorial, by the way, Ryan.
Yeah.
And I made like programming tutorials and like pen testing tutorials and stuff, and I really enjoyed it, but I didn't speak on them. But then the one content creator that actually got me into wanting to create content, because he oozed confidence, and he was such a confident guy, and I was thinking, if he's doing this and he's got this confidence, I want a bit of it. So it's like he sort of pushed me to make gameplay kind of like go into this space, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it was iPoonstar for Hire. Do you guys know who he is?
Nope.
No.
Like
Not
back in like early Machinima days. Do you remember Machinima?
Machinima.
Yeah, it was like this MCN on YouTube where they had a load of partners and stuff, and like they play Battlefield, Call of Duty, all that kind of stuff. It was like, you know, back in the day when YouTube had networks where you can be partnered by a certain company and they'd handle all of the YouTube stuff and whatnot. It was like kind of like that. It was like an organization essentially.
The old scam artist. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But like this guy, like he had such an effective personality. He was silly, he was funny, very much the characteristics that I had. And like he was really good at Call of Duty, and like I picked up Call of Duty not long before like I saw his content, because that's how I found it. I was like, oh, let's just look on YouTube for Call of Duty content. And obviously there was things like Ali and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't really sort of like him. Still don't. But like iPoon stuff for hire, he was cool. Like I liked him. And looking back on his stuff, like I can still relate. I don't enjoy it as much now. I think because the content hasn't changed much. If anything, it's mellowed out and it hasn't got the same sort of touch that it did. But back in the day, I really enjoyed it because he was funny and it used to make me laugh. And it was his confidence that made me think, well, as like a weirdo, like being introverted and stuff, maybe if I start making content, it'll sort of make me as confident as he is. So that's what got me into it. And then I found out about Justin TV, which is now Twitch, obviously. And I was thinking, I really want to stream. So I tried streaming as well. And it didn't work because I didn't have the internet and stuff. And it was actually the same time as Aaron, actually, that I think I started streaming too. Like it was about 2 years ago now. It was 2 years ago. Actually, yeah, it's 2 years ago.
It'll be 2 years for me on December 12th.
Mine's like September 1st, roughly the first week of September, because my daughter went back to school and I was like, right, I'm going to make a go of this stream and I'm going to actually stream properly, because in the 6 weeks holiday, that's when we had the business internet. So I had like a gigabyte down and upload speed was awesome, like 100, 110, 120. So I was like, right, I've got the download speed and upload speed to stream now. I've got the hardware. Let's make a go of it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm going to have fun doing it. And that was when, because I've dabbled in streaming over the years, but because I haven't had the hardware or I haven't had the internet or both, it was very, very difficult. But as far as getting into content creation, I don't really have a favorite streamer that got me into streaming, because he wasn't a streamer. He was a content creator on YouTube. But it's kind of difficult to find a favorite content creator now that's a live streamer. Like, I'm not saying it because you are here, Aaron, but there's you, there's Ash, and like our close sort of circle of friends that we have. You guys are genuinely my favorite streamers. As much as I can watch Asmongold, as much as I can watch Otstava, I don't enjoy their content as thoroughly as I enjoy yours. And I don't think it's because of the fact that we're friends. It's like, it's your charisma, the way you are as a person. Like, you're sort of happy-go-lucky, you're sort of like cheery, you're energetic, but you can tell that it's not fake, that kind of stuff. And I can connect with that. And you can't really connect with like Otstava in that way, because he doesn't, no disrespect to him, but he doesn't have sort of that way about him. Like, he hasn't got this sort of charismatic way, because he's very, very educational, and I love that about him. Like, it describes what he's going to do before he's going to do it, that kind of thing. That's why I tried doing that when I was doing that, when I used to play Killer and stuff. Because you can explain your thought process behind what you're doing to gain the advantage and that kind of stuff. But I think there's a lot of smaller streamers that deserve recognition and deserve to be bigger. And you're definitely one of them. And again, I'm not saying it just because you're here or because we're friends. Like, I've said it before. I think I said it before we even sort of got talking properly to Ryan when we was doing the first clips of the month thing. Minus the hair. Like, you're fantastic.
What do you mean minus the hair?
We need bold links is what we mean.
Yeah,
you're not having bold links. Bold links is not a thing.
It is.
No, it's not.
Like one of those fucking Sphinx cats. But links for.
What, Sphinx links?
Sphinx links.
Flinks.
It just sounds like a really shit Pokemon.
Pocus Flinks. That's going to be my second channel.
But yeah, like, genuinely, like, you guys are my favorite streamers. And that's because no matter what time of day it is or whenever I can tune into your stream, like, even if I just lurk, the energy that you give off as a streamer makes me want to be there and like it cheers me up. And it's really it's a good feeling that you've got that connection with somebody that streams. It reminds me of like back in the day when I used to watch iPoon stuff. I watched his content because in the most corny and cringy way, it gave me sort of that sort of bubbly feeling in your belly that sort of like gets you excited kind of thing. You know, like for Christmas and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to get this present kind of thing. And you get that nervous sort of happy feeling. And then when you do it, it's like you just explode with emotion, kind of like happiness. That's pretty much how I feel watching like your stream, Ash's stream, and like our circle of friends, because that's how, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's, as streamers, you guys 100% my favorite. I don't know how else to say it.
To be fair, it's very rare I watch anyone out of like my circle. It's like I've got Ash, my usual thing, only because you're never streaming at the time I wake up. I don't think I've never like seen
Because-
it, but
because you sleep till like 2 o'clock.
1 o'clock, sometimes 12:30. Depends, but usually like it's very rare I'll watch anyone outside of either like Kitsukami or Azaran or Ash. Like Azaran and Ash are my main two that I go to when I wake up and I'm just setting up for stream and eating or, you know, doing my trim, all that crap.
To then get bullied on it.
But what Lynx is saying is when you do your 24-hour stream, that once it gets to like midnight and he's got no one else to watch, then he might lurk in your stream.
Yeah, pretty much. After 8 o'clock, after he finishes his stream.
Which it's usually like I very rarely get chance to ever catch one of your streams. I very, very rarely.
Yeah. I think it's this Friday night, isn't it? When I do like a community night.
Yeah, because you stream for longer.
Yeah,
Then we
I start
stream
at
at
7.
usual like same times.
Yeah.
Or usually you'll end before me, whether you'll raid Ash or me or someone else.
Yeah.
It's usually when I'm streaming that you're streaming as well, and then when I'm not streaming, you're still not streaming. So it's very rare I ever get to catch one of your streams. Like there's been the odd times where I've actually got to raid you, which is usually Fridays.
Yeah, Fridays with the Fall Guys, wasn't it?
Yep. That's where I'll usually raid you, and then I'll stick around for quite a while until you either end or whatever.
It's like on the Fridays, yeah, like there's sometimes where we've either gone to raid each other or something, or like you've raided me, I've raided you, because if I get pissed off, I do end early. It's Friday night. You can't be dealing with shit on a Friday night. But but yeah, I understand, and it does suck at the same time. But it doesn't bother me. It's the same thing as when people come in. Oh, sorry, I haven't been here for a while. It's like, you've got a life. You don't like have to be here. Like if you want to and you can, that's amazing. But I'm not gonna be one of those streamers like, oh, you need to be at my stream at this hour kind of thing. Unless you're Ryan, of course. Ryan gets paid to mod and edit.
Literally show up on my break to give Doggo a treat and then I leave again.
He does. Yeah, he does. He did that earlier. He's like, oh, hey, dude. And then
Nerds, give the Doggo a treat. Right, gotta put him back to work now. Laters.
You started doing that to me, though, although you just show up, put the Gussie command in, and then go.
Yeah, pretty much. It's my quick hi bye. I'm thinking of you while I deal with like Gregory and his fucked up neck.
Geez, some of the stuff.
No, I can't fix your neck. I'm sorry.
So, what's the first ever game that you guys have played, or got you hooked into gaming, shall we say?
Sonic. Back on the Mega Drive.
Is that why your hair is the way it is?
No, that's just a coincidence.
Okay.
That's a happy coincidence.
It's Ugandan Knuckles.
Yeah.
Ugandan Knuckles hairstyle.
What the fuck?
I am the do. Do you know my do?
Knuckles is red, not ginger.
Wait.
I thought you were referencing to just the spiky Sonic look.
Yeah, I didn't call you ginger.
Oh.
That was Ryan.
But I am ginger.
We did have a furry-less apocalypse confirmed, right?
Yeah, definitely.
What?
Clifford.
No, I'm just confirming that I'm ginger.
Ginger fairy, yeah.
No, just ginger.
just ginger.
Okay, just ginger.
You're a furry, Harry. No, I'm not. I'm just
I'm a
ginger.
what?
Just ginger.
No, Harry, you're a furry. No, I'm not, Hagrid. I'm just ginger.
I'm just a ginger.
No, just ginger. You're a fairy.
you
Listen,
went from
Hagrid, you're fat off. I'm not. I'm just ginger.
One, why is Harry now Scottish? And two, why did your Hagrid turn into Voldemort?
I really don't know.
Did you just do the Voldemort laugh?
I tried to press my mute button to cough. And I pressed the Voldemort button.
I just love that you've got a Voldemort button.
I didn't mean to press it. I was trying to press. I was laughing so much it was making me cough.
Just hear
I just caught it. Oh god.
Oh my god.
This Go XLR is also a curse as well as a blessing.
At least it wasn't the Smithers button.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Oh.
So, what other games are you guys like looking forward to? Multiplayer or single?
Oof. Have we got enough time?
I'm very much looking forward to Pokemon.
Yeah. Same.
Definitely.
Like,
I'm
I
just
can't wait to
curious-
play it.
I'm curious how like the 4-way multiplayer would work, as to whether you could do like a 4-person race through completing all of the gyms,
I don't know.
because it's open world, isn't it? So essentially you can go to any part of the world, do any gym in any order. So you could start off all from the same place and be like, right, first one to like complete all the gyms and beat the Elite Four win.
I've just had a weird thought. So, you know how you said it's open world? And if you beat a gym on someone else's save, then it doesn't count for your save. What if, for example, me, you, Aaron, and Ash were in the same game? All 4 of us went to separate gyms. Could we beat them? Could we do that? So then you beat 4 gyms within like a very small amount of time?
Like I don't even know how me and Ash are going to go about, because we're collabing for the Pokemon like we did for Arceus.
Yeah.
I don't know how we're like going to go about it, or what we're going to do in terms of like the multiplayer and stuff like that.
It seems a bit strange.
I think it'll be a case of like you would still have to collect all 8 badges individually, but you can roam and train and all the rest of it together.
So then, if
So it's
you
not
collect the
more
badges
like-
in someone else's game, say for example, the first badge, it allows you to have Pokemon up to level 30, I think, to obey you.
It changes per game. I think the first level one is
20, I thought.
second gym usually. Up
Yeah.
to level 20.
But it seems a bit strange. It'd be nice to get some more information on it.
Yeah.
I
Very
assume we will
interesting.
closer to the release anyway. So
Yeah.
Or is it November? I think it's on my birthday month anyway.
yeah, November.
Very pog.
Is it close to November 17?
It is. I'll be very satisfied because.
Oh my god, the 18th of November. Oh.
I'm off for the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
of the week afterwards as well.
So yes,
Getting the
release.
shit out of that.
The initial release date is 18th of November.
I think
Oh,
that's
that's
the
quite-
main one I'm looking forward to.
There's quite a few I'm looking forward to. October/November is a huge month for me where I'm going to be spending too much money. Sons of the Forest, which is going to be fun. What else?
Uber's out soon, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be a big replacement for me with DBD because I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, same. I'll be jumping on that one too.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because I'm a classic Modern Warfare enjoyer.
So is it? I think we talked about this last time. Is it actually? You know the Modern Warfare game that came out like
Yes,
3 years ago. Is it the second one to that, or is it the original Modern Warfare 2?
it's the second one to the one that's just released.
Right. So why shouldn't they? Why don't they bring out a Ghost 2 and finish that storyline?
They probably will at some point, if anything.
Because they need to milk all bits of content, so eventually they'll do it.
I think
I
COD
mean-
Ghost was my favorite, but if you're down to get the new Call of Duty, I think Ash said he was going to do it.
Oh yeah,
Possibly as well.
me and Ash we've been talking about it because I definitely get in Modern Warfare 2 just because I loved Modern Warfare 2 and
Would
back
you
in
be
the day.
Would you be playing much multiplayer, or was it, I'm not sure if it's a co-op campaign.
I've never been one for campaign. It's always been multiplayer for me.
Okay, cool. So mind if I tag along?
Of course.
Awesome.
As long as
'Cause-
it's at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock onwards, yeah, I'll change my.
Yeah, 3 o'clock
Dude,
onwards.
To be fair, I should have my coach's license, so I'll be able to. I'll be probably working during the day, so my stream schedules will probably change anyway. So this is what I'm working towards. This is why my schedule for the last 6 weeks has been manic, because I've been helping out with and just basically getting experience with coaching skateboarding, and I've been going around all the councils and stuff, like all the council sessions, and just helping out there.
Mhm.
And next month, on I think the 23rd of September, is my exam. I've done all the online course and work and stuff like that. I've got a first aid course to go to. I've done updated safeguarding again, but the actual coach course, like the practical kind of aspect of it, where I plan lessons and stuff, is up the 23rd of next month. So by then, that's when I'll get my license and insurance and that, essentially, whatever it's called. And then I've already got jobs lined up for me waiting in October, so which is awesome, because it's mainly after school clubs and stuff like that that is the work that needs to be turned down, but because there's not enough, like, he can't separate himself because he's doing it alone essentially.
Yeah.
And he's been looking for someone permanent the last couple of years that he's been doing it, and he likes the cut of my jib, as it were.
You should be
And,
careful, man.
No, he likes it because, like, I'm super enthusiastic about it, and I know my stuff, obviously, even though I can't do all of it that I used to be able to do because of obviously my injury and not doing it for like 10 plus years, but it doesn't mean I still can't teach it.
Yeah.
And so I've been teaching the beginners and the advanced students, and there's some of them that it takes a while for them to get used to people, especially this one student, and they instantly took a liking to me and just sort of opened up pretty much instantly on the first time that I was helping teaching them. So that for him was like a big indicator. And then that student also asked, you should employ him because he was like really cool and stuff, and I really like him, which for me, that's a fantastic reference coming from the person like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's when he sort of like asked me about it. Would I be willing to do it? And all of this work that I'm doing for him, I'm just doing it as a volunteering thing. He offered to pay me and stuff, but I know, like, I'm doing it because I enjoy it. Like when I'm qualified and when I can do it, like officially do it,
sure.
then that's when I'll get paid. Because at the moment I'm doing it and I'm just loving it, every second of it.
So will you be a skater boy then?
I already am, dude. Jeez. I'll post some videos on
See you
Instagram.
later, boy.
I'll put video.
enough for her.
Now I'm a superstar streaming on Twitch TV. But yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. So it'll be nice to see my schedule. You never know. I might not actually do morning sessions like I have been doing. So it could just be after school clubs that I do on certain days. So maybe my schedule might stay the same, or maybe I could move to a more evening stream. But as far as Call of Duty goes, I like playing Call of Duty competitively. So I'm not sure how you and Ash play it, but
I try and not play competitively, but I have a very big competitive streak in me, and I try and keep myself calm.
So essentially, you're what Kev is, but the fact that he's now accepted that he's competitive, where he'll go into games, we'll just play a few like chill games of Call of Duty, and he's like, fucking die.
It's never chill, and
just go on a 13-0 streak.
it's been years since I've played Call of Duty like properly, and I stopped playing for a goddamn reason because it makes me so angry.
It's like when you honestly, you're like King starts calling out fucking tiles like comp DVD players, like.
Oh my god, that's what you gotta do though. It's like
that's exactly what comp DVD players say, and you laugh at them, so I'll laugh at you.
But that's different. No, that's totally different. You cannot have competitive Dead by Daylight where there's so many variables and unpredictability as well as all the bugs. at least in Call of Duty, the guns, well, not somewhat balanced, but at least everyone can have the same gun. You don't have someone with like a trap, and then you don't have someone that can blitz through walls in Call of Duty. So there's an aspect of balance in Call of Duty where, yes, maybe there are some overpowered guns, but at least you can still have that overpowered gun.
Yeah, you can also find that overpowered gun within like 5 minutes of TikTok when 10 different people have made this fucking TikTok about it.
Exactly. But what I'm trying to say is in competitive Call of Duty, it's totally different because there is an aspect of skill, precision, and team play.
It's fine. I've just never skilled enough at a game to play it competitively, so I get jealous. All right, leave me alone.
I know, but I used to play GBs, and I used to be really heavily into the competitive scene. And yeah, I can't help but get competitive and scream and rage at people if they're not in the right bloody position, or if they're not rotating on a hill when there's like 4 people on the hard point and there's 3 seconds left and nobody's rotated to anchor the position for the next spawn. Yes, of course I'm going to get extremely heated and frustrated.
I can hear Link's already regretting his invite to let you join.
But it's different in public matches. Public matches are awful.
It's more a question of who's going to be worse, because the first 12-year-old that backchats me, I'm going to fuck his mom.
We'll go back to that joke. Your mom's going to suck my dick and then kiss you goodnight.
I get super, like, it's kind of a thing for me because I just don't like getting aggressive anymore, and it's why I quit Call of Duty. But if I'm going back, like, it's one of those things I've been umming and ahhing with myself whether I want to stream it or not. More for like whether my community would be up for it or want to watch it, but more so,
do you want to put that content out?
My content will change very, very heavily because it'll just be a lot of clips of me just fucking 12-year-olds mums.
The best kind of clips.
I'm gonna be your new stepdaddy.
Oh, I do. Like, if I find people with a mic and they're backchatting me, I will just go at them.
9 times out of 10, though, I do mute public people because if they know you're a streamer, they say the N-word or any other racial slurs and any homophobic slurs, that kind of stuff.
Well, to be fair, I'll just put push to talk on and keep TTV out of my fucking name.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I'm fucking their moms.
But actually, you can change it to
streamer mode.
Well, not just streamer mode. You can put the voice chat through your Go XLR, and then you can turn it down so you can hear it, but stream can't hear it as much.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm just going to use my Go XLR to voice change, and then I'm going to fuck the mums with a deeper voice.
Say, please don't turn voice chat down. I want to hear the 12-year-old cry when you fuck his mum.
No, yeah, I do get extremely aggro on Call of Duty, and I try not to be. I'm not an angry person. I'm just autistic.
I'm not an angry person. I've just got a lot of anger in me.
Listen, I'm not an angry person because I let it out on 12-year-olds playing Call of Duty.
I let nothing out on 12-year-olds. I let it out on their moms.
All of it. So if there's a competitive mode for Call of Duty, like League play, would you be playing that?
Oh, no. League play's not really. It's never really been my thing, to be fair. Like, I
So
just
you're
like...
not
as
that
long as
heavily into competitive then?
I am, like, I'm competitive in a different way. Like, I'm not interested in League play or anything like that, but I'll get competitive and...
You still want to play the game properly and win.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
so
like, my
do you
KD, it better be over 2 or 3. That kind of competitive. Like,
Right,
I'm very killer-centric. I like killing.
So you're like,
Boy,
hey,
I'm a
look
killer,
me,
man.
I got big bollock numbers.
Just to like terms and conditions, this is in-game killing.
I mean,
not
the last proper time I played Call of Duty was Black Ops 4, and that's when Blackout was out, the Battle Royale for it.
Yeah.
And I racked up over 400 wins on that overall.
Nice.
That was the last time I was extremely competitive. And I just bring in wins. Like there was a couple of times I went solo in squads just on my own and I still won.
Doing that though is fun. It's very satisfying.
Oh god, yeah.
Satisfying.
I will
Hearing
say,
the rage. Hearing the rage was satisfying.
I will hands down never play Call of Duty with either of you
Why?
for the sake of our friendship.
You scared I'm gonna fuck your mum?
Joke's on you, Ryan. He already has.
I'd be quite honoured.
Call me daddy.
I do anyway. But no,
oh, we're definitely getting private sessions going.
When I say I'm dog shit, I mean I am absolute dog shit.
That's all right. You'll just bump my numbers. Fine.
If you look on one of my clips of the month, there's a clip of Ryan emptying an entire magazine in someone in Valorant and barely hitting the last bullet and getting the kill. I think there's one bullet that hit the person and it somehow just headshot.
I think more of the fun and content will come from private sessions, like private games of like all of us lot.
The one game mode that I was ever half decent at, and I say half decent with a very, very, very large handful of salt, was the old One in the Chamber.
Ah, good old One in the Chamber.
I used to love that because it was very much, you've got one chance to hit me with a bullet, and otherwise it's spam knife until one of us dies.
I used to play that and gun game to warm up.
But in
the Treyarch games, the Black Ops games, because they had better bots, they were harder bots. I would go into a private match, put as many bots as I could on the enemy team, and then have like a TDM kind of style, just to warm up on the hardest difficulty. Just that's my way of like, I don't know, just being good at the game, just being able to slay on 18 bots in veteran mode and just still kicking their ass. And then you can just go into pubs, because I'd always aim for the head. In the Black Ops games, there was challenges like you need to get like 100 web headshots with every weapon to unlock the second set of challenges, like in Black Ops 2, for example. And then what you got to get a certain amount of kill streaks, certain amount of like kills with certain attachments, that kind of thing, to unlock the gold camo. And then once you've done it all, you've unlocked the diamond camo then for all of the guns. I used to go through those challenges as warm-ups and just to improve my aim. So I'd always constantly be aiming for the head. And doing that and those challenges made my gameplay, my gun control and gameplay so much better. And if you played Black Ops Links, you'd know exactly what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was more of a Modern Warfare. Like, don't get me wrong, Black Ops 3 was the only Treyarch multiplayer I genuinely enjoyed.
Black Ops 2 for me.
See, Black Ops 3, I liked the jumping system.
It was better than Advanced Warfare.
Oh, way God, better. Yeah. Way, way, way better.
Dude, Advanced Warfare, I was shitting on people so easily. Like, going from Ghosts to Advanced Warfare, like, I was at the sort of peak of my GPs, like, tournaments and stuff that I was doing. And going from that to that, being able to power slide and just, like, double tap A to just boost jump and just shit on people, it was so easy. It was the most easiest game to play, and it was awful at the same time. It was just too fast. They did dial it back in Black Ops 3, and it was good. Like, it was better, but I still didn't like it. Because I just don't... jump jetpacks and jumping, wall riding in Black Ops. No, it doesn't fit.
My favorite, I think my favorite ever time from like Call of Duty days was Modern Warfare 3 and playing Money in the Dank.
Yep.
That was.
I think that was my favorite book, and I think it's only because it's my favorite is because that's when I got into Call of Duty.
I got into Call of Duty at World at War, and that's where I found my love for zombies as well.
I had my first Call of Duty game was Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1 for the PlayStation 2.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, and I played it then, but then I didn't touch another Call of Duty because I was just inside Guitar Hero. Like that was my game, Guitar Hero, Pokemon, those two games, and then I had Modern Warfare 3 for the Nintendo Wii, and I was playing with the Wiimotes and stuff. Like, it's very difficult. And then I went for like a barbecue over my mate's house, and he had Xbox 360. Played with controller, shat on everyone. I was like, holy shit, this is way better. And the graphics are insane compared to the Wii. So that's when I got the Xbox 360 and ditched the Wii for Call of Duty and took up a controller, an actual controller rather than a sort of motion controller.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did the Clan Wars thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Clan Wars? Every weekend you'd like get medals and stuff for doing stuff.
Yep.
And that's where my birth of competitiveness came through, because we'd go out and we'd get the gold medals. But then as time went on, people started not showing up and not doing them. So I'd be signing us up, but then I'd be doing them solo. And I would make it my challenge to get the gold medal in all the things all the time. And that's when I started getting really competitive, because I was thinking, well, if I can do this and place in the top whatever percentage of clans doing it, then why not take it further? So that's when I started pursuing and finding out about Optic Gaming, the GBs and stuff like that. And that's where all my competitive Call of Duty stuff came from. It's Modern Warfare 3. I did like, though, I think the best zombie mode, in my opinion, was Ghosts. Was it with the aliens? I think it was.
That wasn't really a zombie mode. I liked the alien mode.
Yeah, the alien mode. Like I know it was not zombies, but you know what I mean. It wasn't waves of stuff. Like you had a mission.
Yeah, I did like the alien mode. It was a nice breath of fresh air to like a mode like that. But it still wasn't anything on zombies for me. I was like, growing up, I was just zombies mad. Yeah,
I could never get into it, see. Because I think the first thing like that was survival mode in Modern Warfare 3, I think it was called. And then in Call of Duty Ghosts, that's when the alien mode came out. And I didn't get into that because I just thought it was zombies. And then one of my mates, like, hey, just invited me to say, hey, do you want to join? So I joined. And then I played it. I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. You've got objectives and things to do and just move forward. There's an ending to it. There's an element of like skill involved. And then you had these relics and stuff. The more you escaped, the more powerful you could be and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. But yeah, I was the heaviest in the competitive scene was Ghosts. That was my sort of peak game of competitiveness. How times were easier.
Black Ops 3. If I was going on a peak competitive, it was Black Ops 3. Just because I was so good. And then Black Ops 4, but it was for a different reason. Like multiplayer, Black Ops 3 was multiplayer, and then Black Ops 4 for me was the Battle Royale Blackout mode. Yeah.
So I got a challenge for you then. So Ash talked about only using his knife or something, I think, last. Ryan, do you remember what he said about using his knife?
Yeah, he likes going around and just using his knife. Just constantly.
Yeah, so every time a new Call of Duty came out, I would essentially warm up my aim for 1 prestige. And I would go through all of the pistols and level them up to max level or whatever, prestige them or unlock everything for them by just prestige and only using my pistol. So would you want to do that on release?
Unfortunately, that would eat into my kill-death ratio. Not about that life.
Absolutely not.
Oh my god. You were that bad with it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was my own challenge for myself where I'd keep my KD over 3. Damn. If I went under 3, I was very angry.
Well, you know what I got to say then? Just get good and just get a 3+ KD with pistols then, yeah?
All right, then I'll get 3 kills and then quit the game.
GG easy.
I will
just gonna-
corner camp the shit out of it.
I was going to say, you're just going to corner camp on hardcore, so one bullet in the bollocks would fucking kill someone.
No, I did. KD was always a thing for me. Like,
Yeah.
it was just my own little challenge.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I was just a twat whenever I played multiplayer Call of Duty. Like, I'd be the dickhead that started off the map by running forward and throwing my grenade as far as I could get it. Every time.
Do you remember dialing ping?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, like
unfortunately.
as funny as it was, it just got sort of like bland and boring, didn't it?
It was very much like, compared to like a one-hit wonder, like, it was funny at first, and then it was like, okay, no, I've heard this like 100 times now. Stop playing it. Your music career's over.
Yeah. But things like that in Black Ops was funny, but then sort of people were doing it and getting toxic with it. Like in hardcore, you'd get a bazooka or RPG, sorry, just aim it down instantly, kill everyone on search and destroy.
That's
One
slug
thing I
shotgun. Slug shotgun. That's
Yeah.
what you need.
It's one thing I think is really, really missing from Pokemon games is having a harder version.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, give them guns.
I was going to say, like Pokemon's
What
with
is this,
RPG.
Digimon now?
Digimon, digital monsters.
Honestly, Digimon was one of the biggest rip-offs in history.
Hey,
was
I
cool.
talk
They
shit
go.
about Digimon. I love Digimon.
Oh, listen,
Yeah.
I love Digimon, but Jesus Christ, it was literally Wish Pokemon.
Dude, I collected Digimon Tazos from Doritos.
And I did.
You did too, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. They were brilliant.
I love
was so
Digimon
chuffed when
for
I had
what it
Agumon.
was. You see that animal? Give him some bazookas.
Generally, the first time I seen it, I was like, Jesus Christ, it's the biggest like fucking crossover of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, look at this guy. I'm just gonna send you him. Like he's the cutest fucking thing going.
Going back, he was
Fucking Agumon.
iconic as
Hell
well.
yeah.
But
He was always my favorite.
Yeah, same.
were you guys ever into Beyblade?
Yes.
Yes.
Trigger, Dragoon, all that jazz.
God, I love Beyblade. I full on had like one of the proper metal ones when I was younger with the
And I
fucking
did.
stadium
And I
and
did.
everything.
Yep.
It
I
just
still
shit
got
on
'em.
everyone.
They're
So-
somewhere up in the attic.
I saw the Beyblades that they're releasing now, and they're nothing on the ones that we had when we were younger.
Oh, nothing is like what we had. Nothing.
Mm.
Like, you look at
I-
kind of,
I'd rather know Beyblades than the Beyblades of today.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it was like you said, the metal things, and like if it hit you, it would hurt.
I always remember the catchphrase, and it'll stick with me for an entire life of always laughing at it when they just go, "Let it rip,"
Yeah, no, I was just
with
listening to
pure
that in a different way.
enthusiasm, just as an announcer. Let it rip.
Although the last time I pulled a Beyblade was when I was a kid. I'd love to see how fucking fast I could do it now as an adult.
It'd be very fucking interesting.
It'd be pretty
I'd have to
cool.
ask my mum. My mum's probably still got mine. Or Lynx, do you mind asking her for me?
Yeah.
It's only me, Daddy. Please ask my mum. So there was this. Do you remember those 100 games in one kind of things when you were
the
younger?
cartridges.
Yeah, like the cartridges when you had like Tetris, Space
And
Invaders,
you'd have
all
like
those
what
things.
looked like code come up to be able to pick your game.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a Beyblade with one of those embedded into it, and I swear to God, it was probably the size of my palm now. Like it was that
Oh.
big. It was like 3 times the size of a normal Beyblade.
Yep. I've
And-
got one of them.
You've got one of those?
Yep.
Oh my God. Like it used to be huge, right? And I'd always used to say, to my brother, do you want a game of Beyblade? He's like, yeah, no worries. And then I used to grab on this fucking monstrous beast of a Beyblade. And he was like, no, I'm not doing it with that one. It's like, why not? So as soon as I let it ripped and he put his down, it would hit it once and it would be out of the little plastic stadium thing that I had, and I'd be dead. Like there's nothing that could beat it ever. Like, and he was fantastic.
I'm
That'd
kind
be
of sad
awesome.
that like the kids of today won't have the childhoods we had.
Yeah.
There was
They're just
nothing
used to
quite like
technology and TikTok and Vine and stuff these days.
there was nothing
but-
quite like both of you ripping your Beyblades into that little stadium and watching them rotate around each other for 5 minutes without making a single bit of contact.
Yeah,
It
but
was
then
like
when they did finally go and they go that, oh, it's like
No,
such a satisfying
it-
sound.
It was amazing, but you'd all be sat there just watching these two things just spin around and around and around, just constantly rotating each other.
the same as like I remember back in like school and Crazy Bones as well. I loved Crazy Bones.
Crazy Bones.
Did you guys? Did you not?
I feel like I
Collect the
might have
Crazy
missed
Bones.
Crazy Bones.
Are they those like little tiny like little plastic figurine
Yeah,
things?
the little characters. There's like Tin Man and Sharky.
I don't remember the names, but I let me just quickly Google.
Oh, Crazy Bones was a hit when I was a
Oh
kid.
shit,
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I remember
yeah.
these. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
that's a blast from the past. I had the green one. The evil, the
Be
evil,
more specific.
the evil looking Zerg thing with a really sharp teeth that looked like a fish, but it had like a human face.
Can't think.
One second, let me see if I can find it. Sharky, his name was Sharky.
Sharky, he was one of the rare ones.
Was he?
Yep.
This one, I found him. Boom.
Yeah, Sharky. You
I
got
had that one.
you got a common one though. The rare one was the glitter gel one.
Ah, right, the golden one.
I think there was a golden Sharky. Yeah.
That one's sparkly, so I just guessed.
Sparkly.
No, I remember those. Yeah,
Can love those.
there was loads of different things.
It was ironically like the amount of stuff that we could have collected when we were kids that would probably be really valuable now.
Speak for yourself. I've still got everything.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I feel kind of gutted because the amount of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I had. Like it's
like,
depressing.
I've still got a lot of first edition Pokemon cards in my mum's house somewhere, and I
Yep,
definitely
same.
have like a Dark Charizard there.
Also, now Apocalypse has them.
Yep, eventually.
But yeah, this like I had a Polly Pocket full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Don't ask why they were in a Polly Pocket.
Pocket.
I'm so glad you laughed at that because I was thinking exactly the same thing.
I had nowhere else to put them. Okay.
You're completely missing. I think you're completely missing what I'm thinking of anyway.
One.
Do you not remember the like little kids cartoon called Polly Pocket?
Oh shit! That.
That's what came into my head. You were like, I had
That's
a
what
little
came
Polly
into mine.
Pocket.
Is it a Polly? Are they called Polly Pockets now?
They are called Polly Pockets, but that wasn't what my mind went to because we were just
My
talking
mind
about
went
old
to the thing.
collectibles.
All the girls used to bring
No.
them into school, and there was the
I've now
little
looked at what that
figurines
is.
and
Yeah.
the openable. Like you could open the like it was like a little doll's house with little Polly Pockets in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this. I've just yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
No, it's not
Just
that.
the
Like an
fact we
actual.
were talking about collectibles, and you
Yeah,
went
an
like,
A4 Polly Pocket, like the plastic thing that you put paper in.
oh,
Jesus.
fucking hell.
No,
No, I had the
Complete-
plastic Polly Pocket thing, and it
Uh-huh,
was just
they-
full to the
yes.
brim.
Polly Pocket is made of plastic. Yeah.
Okay, see-through plastic, translucent that you put paper in, you fuckers.
Oh, did you have a
But no,
binder?
Kev collected Polly Pockets, confirmed.
Clip it.
Hey, it's fine. I was Kavina on the weekends, okay? But but yeah, I had it full of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I used to collect them like loads, and I had so many. But then thinking back, I cringe at how I used to store them, like in my decks or before I had,
Or in your Polly Pocket.
before I had my Polly Pockets. Oh, you fuckers!
Oh, the fucking wheeze on that. You sounded like fucking Muttley.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to have an elastic band like wrapped as tight as I could around them. And thinking back now, it's just
Oh my
cringe.
God. You need to stop this conversation. Why you having elastic pants wrapped around your Polly Pocket?
She was into being tied down, okay? Leave her alone. Well, I had Polly Pocket BDSM edition. Leave me alone.
Are you sending pictures of it to 12-year-olds going, this is your mum?
I'm going to need that reference for Modern Warfare.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to treat your mum like a Polly Pocket and keep her locked up in a cage. Oh my god. Moving on to things that aren't Polly Pocket related.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my jaw.
Going back to Polly Pocket. I used to have, you remember the old Match Attacks cards?
You used to collect Match Attacks cards in your Polly Pocket, did you?
Yeah, but it was the actual like official ring binder that had the card slots.
You had a ring binding Polly Pocket, nice.
Yeah. Rim binder.
Oh,
And every time
I'm never going to let that go.
Every time you opened it, you saw that face.
Hey,
Ryan, thanks for opening my Polly Pocket.
Oh,
Are you going to go searching through my rim? Jesus. My jaw hurts. Why do you do this to me, guys?
Oh, God.
Yeah,
My
we're not the
face
ones that have Polly Pockets. Behave.
tied up with an elastic band.
Fam, I didn't even know what that was until you reminded me and I Googled it.
Bullshit, you just done the voice.
Wait, that's the actual voice? I just did a generic female American.
Sounds about right.
Oh, God. I'm not going to hear the end of this for a few weeks, am I?
No, you're
I
not.
didn't think so. Cancel the VOD. Cancel the podcast.
No, it's a part of the schedule now. It has to be.
And we've got Ash next week, so
I'm out next week. Screw this. Oh my god.
Ash and his
Mr.
penis tweezers.
Mr.
And
Penis
Kevin
Tweezer himself.
Kevin is fucking Polly Pockets.
I was filling Polly's pocket full of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Swiping them for authenticity.
I'm dreading my fucking nickname because now we've got Bum Wizard, Tweezer Penis, and Polly Pocket. Oh, for fuck's
Oh
sake.
god.
I will do one single day where it's Survivor and we all have those names.
Yes.
Polly
Yeah, that'll be good.
Pocket, Bum Wizards, Penis Tweezer.
Oh. I'll end it. I'll just be clicky now.
No, you're gonna have something good. Come on, tell us some stories and stuff from when your nostalgic moments,
Well,
Ryan.
from my youth.
From your youth, from your Polly Pocket days.
Oh, fucking hell. No, one thing that people I got called a lot of names throughout high school. And on my very last day of high school, I pointed out how no one realised that my surname that I used through high school spelt backwards, spelt laughed it.
What?
Yeah.
Type your name out. What was it?
So I went into I went into my mum's surname through high school because she didn't want the teachers calling her by my dad's last name.
Okay. Aaron's just under your mum right now.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, cool.
I went all the way through high school fully aware of this fact and just so happy that no one ever picked up on it that I decided to tell them all when I left.
The way to do it, really.
Yeah. So that's probably my actual nickname throughout high school, because of that was Stitty.
Stitty.
Yeah.
Like
back in the day.
Or?
No, just because it's part of the last name that I was using at the time. Yeah.
That's not as entertaining as I
No, I
thought
know.
it would be.
That's not
Polly Pocket level, friend.
This is just not, my life's just not that interesting, Kev.
I'm glad you said it. How?
So,
Oh, Jesus.
I think it'd be
I
such a laugh to do would be to do the hardcore survivor challenge that like Ots and Aaron and that were doing. It's such a
would it though?
frustrating challenge. But I think we'd have such a laugh doing it. We'd
I
never
think it'd be
complete it
fun.
because we'd wind each other up too much.
I don't think I'd be able to do it on stream. I don't know. I don't think so. Because I get bored fairly quickly with the game playing Survivor now. It's just tedious. It's just the same thing over. And I know you can say it's been the same thing for the last 6 years, or you could say that I haven't got the skill or whatever for the new update or whatever. Like, I don't care. But it's genuinely Survivor side at the moment. It's just not a fun time to play. It feels like you need to concentrate and you need to play semi-competitively to win a game. And I enjoyed it when it was more like for example, like after a hard day, you can just like jump on Dead by Daylight after work. Like what you do, Ryan. You get home from work like 7, 8 o'clock at night. Then you're just thinking, oh, I want to play Dead by Daylight. Chuck a random build on, just have a little laugh with some friends or whatever. You can't do that anymore. It feels like you have to sort of play it properly. Like you can't just like chill and relax playing it anymore. You have to play it, like I said, semi-competitively. And that's not a fun way. I don't think that's how a game should be. Unless if it's a competitive game, yeah, fair enough. Like
Assuming
maybe
you want to escape, I don't care.
No, I know, but
I'm fully like, if you kick that gen with my blast mine on, I've won this game.
No, I know, but what if you get tunneled and face camped or tunneled before you even get one of those blast mines off? Like, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Let's be fair.
The first 2 games, I can sort of take it. The third and fourth game, like, it tends to be around about that 10 o'clock time, which is what I now refer to as sweat time. But other than that, like, typically, like, I might get camped or tunneled 1 game every now and again. But other than that, it's like, it is purely, I'll just do whatever. And if I do get camped and tunneled, so be it. Like, I go to the next game and 9 times out of 10, I don't. Or it's just simply a case of, like, the next game, I'm like, right, I'm going to make sure that I'm not the first person in chase. Simply for the fact that if they do decide to camp and tunnel the first person out of the game, it's not going to be me.
Yeah. No, I get it. Like, but it is when stuff like that happens, it's
frustrating, and I feel it on the note of like how you guys play the game like more or less on a daily basis for hours on end, with not only with stream but then playing with friends off stream as well.
Yeah.
So I don't play it enough to get annoyed by it anymore.
It doesn't sort of like annoy me at the fact I think it's because it's come a norm to expect it, and it's just not fun.
Yeah,
I think that's what it mainly is.
Like, I was speaking to someone about it, like literally in an endgame chat, because I think I can't remember what it was. It was a certain killer, and they were basically like, oh, I think it was a Legion. Sorry, I was like, that was the most boring game of my life. And they were like, oh, well, what would you rather, go against a nurse? I was like, yes, I would. Because I'd rather go against a nurse where I have a chance to actually loop her and play the game. And if they are a full-on, like, next level, like, top tier nurse, or they fucking slug everyone at 5 gens and kill everyone off immediately, then at the very least, I can just go to the next game. I've not spent half an hour in a game where I've spent 17.5 minutes fucking mending and the other time just running away from you. Like,
wasn't that the game that we played together in Larry's, I think, where he was just hitting running constantly and then coming to the hook and just hitting?
They'd go away from the hook, use their power, hit someone, and then run instantly back to the hook, and it was just like, it's just so boring. I'd rather go against a nurse that ends the game in fucking 2 minutes.
That's the thing. I've always been one to be like, yo, that killer was sick. That fully deserved the win, whatever happened. I'm all for complimenting people. But then when they're people that play like shit, essentially, and they bought the game, they can play however they want. Like, we got no way of telling them, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But from a fun point of view, you can't really say that you're having fun if you just stood there for 2 minutes face camping someone, surely.
Yeah.
Or like playing like you've been playing, you know, you just can't be having fun. There's no way that you can be. And for people to do that all the time is just crazy. Remember that one bubba that was tunneling and camping off the hook until until behavior does something?
Yeah.
Just kind of
That was
cringe.
funny. I'll camp and tunnel every survivor until behavior fixes their broken game.
Yeah, it's just daft.
Play something else, dude. It's generally like I can play for 3 hours, and if I make a killer chase my pebble, happy days, I win.
3 hours to chase one pebble.
generally, just that. I think I played against a nurse, and like I used deception like 3 or 4 times in the main building. She found me like 30 seconds later, but for that moment that I lost her, I was very much like, "Ha, I win. Fuck you, nurse."
That seems like you're taken from JRM's book, like spending 3 hours to hold one killer.
It is, but I will also play the game normally in the sense of like I'm not going out of my way to be a dick, but I'll use my perks in chase to my best of my ability, and if those perks give me value, then I'm satisfied because I've put that build on for that reason.
Yeah.
It was like the spirit. We played the spirit a while back, and I had the bite the bullet healing build on. So it was very much like I run around the corner, hide in a shower on Larry's, and was just healing. And it worked like 3 or 4 times on her, which I thought was hilarious. And even to the point when the last time I used it on her, I ran around the corner, started healing. She walked straight past me, and then my med kit ran out, and I started making noise again. She turned around, just looked at me, nodded, and then killed me. I was just like, for the times that it worked, now you realize why you couldn't find me after you were hitting me. It's even better.
Funny one for me was when we were, I think, facing an Oni or someone when we were on the Yamaoka estate, and then I looped the killer around, and then all of a sudden there was like, I saw you healing yourself, and I took the killer towards you.
The nemesis.
Nemesis, yeah.
I'd lost him, and you pointed at me.
Yeah, I was just making sure that I was kind of nerding at trying to time it perfectly. So by the time you sort of healed, like he could hit you, and because you didn't run off before he got to you for like 3 steps away, in lunging distance, I thought, shit, he's gonna go down now. But then when he did lunge and hit you, you healed as he hit you. I was like, oh, thank fuck for that. I was clenching for you.
Oh, that was the biggest slow motion lunge I've ever seen in my life. It felt like he was coming for about 5 working days.
Oh, it's crazy, but it's funny.
Things
like that, like, it's just fun.
That's sort of the outlook I've taken on it now. Very much like I'll run head on and blast mine and flashbang, and if I blind you with a flashbang or you kick my blast mine or I get a head on, I can very much say, yeah, I win. That was a fun game. Excellent.
Yeah.
I've sort of taken that outlook with Dead by Daylight more now. Like I tried to anyway, but even more so now, where it's like to win you have to play a bit more serious, and I'm not prepared to do that. Because it just makes it even more infuriating when they do camp tunnel and sweat to make it even harder than what it already is.
And it's not even so much that, it's more like you can play more seriously, but then you got shit teammates because matchmaking doesn't work.
It's solo queue is a painful experience.
Solo queue against Aaron is a painful experience.
What? Why
against
me?
You. Against you.
Against me?
Yeah. Playing solo queue. Like if I was in solo queue and I came up against you, that will be a painful experience.
It depends what killer.
Well,
like
pretty
if
much
it's
any
demo,
killer, to be fair.
If it's demo, then yeah, you'll be in a bit of trouble.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
No, to be fair, I had good demo games today. To be fair, I don't know if they were. Oh,
It's the
my
nice
best,
part.
but
I will
Did
say.
I just hear you crack then?
yeah. Sorry.
Well, I thought I was like, "Geez, that was loud."
Yeah, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Just make sure you're not broken in half or something. Jesus.
That was half my neck and half my jaw.
Oh God, it's all that laughing from Polly Pocket.
I will say, from your point of view, Lynx, because you've played quite a bit of Killer since the update. Do you see a lot more variety in Survivor builds now?
No.
Like, I know you still get like the new sort of meta of like off the record.
Well,
like-
that's just the thing. Like to promote variety is to not go to new meta, but
Yeah.
regardless, that's all I've really seen is new meta. I wouldn't really call it a variety because you're just seeing a lot of like Prove Thyself or Off the Record or still Dead Hard from time to time.
Yeah.
Because there is still a use for it if you can make it work.
That's sort of the thing I found with it. It's not so much it's like a massive uniqueness of perk, but now the meta doesn't consist of DS Unbreakable, Dead Hard, like the same 5-6 perks over and over again. There's more like 10 to 15
that's the thing.
perks now.
It's not necessarily, it's still the same perks. I'm not saying it in the likes of like Decisive Strike, Unbreakable, Dead Hard, all that, but it's kind of just turned into now Prove Thyself, Off the Record, or Dead Hard, or it's not necessarily that I'm seeing a variety in the sense of the new meta.
Yeah.
But I'm still not seeing a variety just because the meta's changed now. So everyone's running the new meta. So it's not necessarily a variety.
Yeah. Because I know sort of from playing Survivor side, I think I've seen a lot less nurses and blights and a lot more variety of actual different killers, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Compared to what it used to be.
I've not seen any nurses. I've seen quite a few blights. And they've been very good blights.
They're still about, but it tends to be now like the people who are playing nurse and blight, they're not playing them because they're the best killers in the game. They're playing them because that's their main.
Yeah. And you can
Rather
tell
than-
that they're their mains.
Yeah. But like, there's a lot more people now who would play casually, who can feel like they can play the weaker killers.
Well, that's kind of like why I do the thing of like today and every Thursday I'll do whatever build / killer that people give me.
Mm.
And I still like I don't think I don't think I lost a game today.
No.
There's one or two that came close. Like the Scratch Mirror Myers one was a bit up and down.
Yeah.
But eventually I got like control and pressure of the game to at least get. I think I got. Did I get 4K? Because it was I think Scratch Mirror Myers on Midwich, wasn't it? It was your build.
No, that was Chase's. Mine was the tier 4 Myers on Haddonfield. You let the Haddy out on Hatch with that one.
Yeah. But it's like I don't necessarily care about 4Ks anyway. Like if I down you, then typically I've got a 4K. It may not be official to the game if I let you out, but I still got a 4K.
Yeah.
I'm just merciful. But in a sense, like I like how the game has given a variety of killers. Like I feel I'm able to play any killer now. Yeah. Well, apart from Blight and Billy, but I still play them if people give me them. If that's what they want to see.
It's not so much now that you feel like you haven't got a chance to win. Whereas, like, if you were to play Blight and Billy, it's more because you're not familiar with those killers.
Yeah. Like, if it was before the update, then you would only ever really see me play Demogorgon. Because that's my main, that's my best killer. And it's the only killer that I feel I have a chance against, like, Swifts or anything like that.
Yeah.
But now, like, like today I played Huntress, I played Michael twice, I played Blight, I played Demo, Slinger, Ghostface twice.
Yeah.
Like I played quite a variety of killers, and I pretty much 4K'd each game. But I was still playing casually in a sense. Like it just felt casual. And that's the variety I like that the game's brought now.
I think that's this thing for me is the MMR system. The fact that you can't change your killer. And I know it's good because, like, if you get into an MMR, say for example, your MMR is like a 1500 with Huntress, but it's like 2000 with Blight or Demogorgon. If you go into a match, then everyone looks like a typical default Dwight or Blendy or something, and then they switch to Havel toolboxes and stuff right at the last second.
Yeah.
There's nothing that you could have done about that, like, at all, because of the new MMR system. MMR is tied to the killer that you go. And I think that's a little unfair. Like, as much as I think that it's good, because, like, if you're really bad with Huntress, then yeah, go against worse opponents. But the MMR system doesn't really push it that far. And I think the main reason for that is because they've got a cap for it. Like, there's like a cap of, like, what is it, 2100 or something like that?
The cap was probably one of the worst things they could have done for it. But the hard part about it is the fact that you could queue up as a killer that you never play, get a baby team, and then switch to your main, just knowing that you're just going to shit all over him.
No, I know that's the good
Which
thing
is the flip side of it.
About it. Yeah, that's the flip side. But then if you go against like a bully squad that you're just there for a casual chill game, then all of a sudden they do that last second switch. Like, it's just a bit annoying.
It would be good to see like, after 30 seconds you can't change a survivor and the killer could still change, but the killer could only go up in their MMR. They couldn't go to a down in their MMR, so they couldn't start off with a weaker killer and use a stronger killer.
No, that'd be too much for them.
In terms of like matchmaking and stuff, I dread the day, and I know this day will eventually come. I dread the day I load into any game, you know, see the survivors, see their whatever prestige ranks and whatever, and, you know, I'm playing Demogorgon, for instance, because he's probably my highest MMR killer anyway. I dread the day I load into a lobby, I see a couple of prestige 2s, 3s, 4s, whatever, and they all switch to prestige 100s. That'll be the most distraught day of my life.
Even with that though is the fact that could still mean absolute fuck all in terms of skill level.
It could, but in a sense there is a little bit of belief behind the system that the higher the prestige, the more you play, so the better you're probably going to be.
Yeah.
I like the word that you used, which is probably.
Yeah, it's the experience. Like, you'll have more experience in the game and how the game is played, so you'll know that they'll have played at least like 2,000 to 3,000 hours. They reckon to get to like prestige 100. So you know they're going to have at least that many hours in the game just from that. But like I got into a game the other day with a guy, and even proudly on his stream it was pronounced that I've got 4.8k hours playing Survivor, and he was absolute dog shit. I went down like a sack of shit every fucking 30 seconds.
There's a very big difference. Like if like, you know, if they do that, like swap to the prestige 100s and that, you just know they're confident. Yeah. There is a sense of confidence that comes from an act like that. Yeah. Like people that change to flashlights and stuff. You just know there's an act of confidence. Like there's a sense of confidence behind these survivors that are making them change.
It's like they don't need to do it because they've got the perks and whatever on the prestige 2 characters, or even prestige 1 or 0 prestige characters. They can still play the same.
Yeah.
But they're just switching from a 0 prestige, or like you said, a 2 prestige to 100, just for the point of doing it and giving you that mental thing of like, holy shit, this guy or this team is full of a prestige hundreds. They've got like 10k plus hours or whatever in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because even subtle mental things like that can put you off your game before it even starts.
Oh god, I'd be shitting myself if I went into that game.
It's hard though, but like on the flip side of that is you see that before the game. Yeah, you're gonna your first thought is gonna be, oh fuck, I'm in for a game here. But at the same time, you know from minute one exactly what they're gonna be about.
Yeah, they're gonna
And
be
it's
a
not
bully
gonna be
squad.
like, oh, I can hook this person. I'm just gonna toddle off over here, see if anyone's over here. You will be from minute one. I'm gonna fucking hook you and get to the next nearest person. I'm not gonna mess around in chases. I'm not gonna give second chances and not tunnel someone if they're unhooked in my face. Like, so you can sort of have that mentality of, if you're gonna switch and play that sort of game, then I can play the dirty game as well. It's sort of like, I see Ots do it quite a few times where like he'll load into a game and he'll say like, I've seen these survivors before, they've all got like 8 to 10k hours. I'm going to be in for a game here, and he'll immediately switch into, I'm not giving second chances. I'm going to make sure I win this game before I start to chill out.
And I don't blame him. Like, if you know that you can kick a team's ass or whatever, or if you know that you're going to need to play properly against a team, do it. Because like they're not going to take it easy on you. They're not going to give you second chances.
Yeah.
So just do it. Like, but again, that takes it, like, to me, like, if you want to play competitive and play like that, why don't just Dead by Daylight add a bloody game mode for it?
Because no one would play it.
Have they tried it?
No one would play it, because the killers who would play in that sort of level wouldn't want to go against comp level teams, because comp DVD is boring. It's pre-dropping pallets and playing as safely as possible.
There's only a certain amount of pallets on the map.
No, I know, I know, but like they would, you know full well that you go into a game in a competitive mode for DVD and you know you're going in for sweat, and every single person on this game fears, or not so much fears is the wrong word. Everyone hates having those sweaty games.
But that's what ranked is for. But people still have those sweaty games on public matches.
No, that's what I'm saying. No one's going to pick to play in a guaranteed sweaty game when they could go into public games and sweat on people who aren't sweating, so it's easy for them.
Then change the game, the way the lobby system's made. Like I said, put duos, solo duo, trio queue kind of thing, and then like ranked. Like, and actually show a rank in ranked play, so people can actually say, hey, I'm rank X, and oh shit, you're only rank this. Kind of like League of Legends or Valorant or Call of Duty or something. Like, you get bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond. I don't know.
It's an interesting idea, I get it, but it's like, to me, I don't think anyone would play it. And then even down to like the whole rank thing, like, just, it's not something, I think, like,
it's not something that you would like, possibly. It's not something that I would like, but I think if people are bothered about playing competitive games that much and having, what are they called? Scrims, I think they call them.
Yeah.
Scrims in private matches, like pretending they're on their little competitive podium and whatnot. Like, why don't, if they bothered that much, they would 100% go into ranked games just to brag, just show how good they are, or just to be like, hey, I'm this rank, my team is better than your team, kind of thing.
The biggest problem with that is it would completely go against behavior then, saying that this is not a competitive game and we don't treat it or balance it as a competitive game. Which is how they get around the whole issues of whether the game's balanced or not, because they keep reiterating the fact that it's not meant to be a competitive game.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a balanced game when Killers and Survivor have both equal chances of escaping and surviving.
Yeah. Which, in all fairness, they are starting to build towards.
Don't get me wrong. The newest update, I still feel, is the step in the right direction. I think this is the most balanced the game has been. It's just the play style of the people on Killer, in my opinion.
You've got to give it chance to settle because people are still going to be in their kind of mindsets of, I have to sweat this, I have to sweat this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. So I think we talked privately on this, links in maybe in your Discord and DMs or something, but I do feel that this game is the most balanced that it has been.
Yeah.
It's just killers that are used to tunneling at 5 gens just to get a little advantage or whatever, still tunnel at 5 gens to get that advantage. But it's no longer a little advantage anymore. Like if you tunnel someone out of 5 gens, you've won the game unless you make a few monumental mistakes.
The worst part about it at the moment is Swift has been not nerfed, but Swift has been slowed down by the changes, and Killer has been buffed. So Swift and Killer are a lot closer than they ever have been.
But now solo duo queue.
So solo queue is so much further down from the pair of them now. It feels painful for anyone playing solo queue.
The issue is you'll never be... I thought about this the other night. You'll never truly be able to fix solo queue because Swift is just... It's always been one of those things. If you've got comms over a game, comms will be better than anything they can put into solo queue.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the sheer reason of comms. And yeah, sure, you can give them what? Base... What's the perk?
Or time. Unbreakable.
Kindred, yeah.
Base kick Kindred.
You can get base kick Kindred and all that, or you can put icons up the side next to each other's icon or name, say they're doing a gen or they're not doing anything. It will still never be able to catch up to the likes of comms.
I think there's one thing that they should do. There's one thing that they should do in 2 different parts. And that's actually add voice communication.
No, that should never happen.
How come?
Too toxic.
So
it would be
chat.
Toxic as hell. But then
other games have it. Overwatch is one of the most toxic games.
Yeah, but then I kind of argue that people are toxic because you're more likely to be toxic behind a keyboard.
You're also more likely to be toxic after a bad game.
Yeah.
So I think there should be 2 different versions of voice communication in game. One, which is like near field, sort of like, you know, in Phasmophobia, where you can talk to people on one mode and you're right next to them, but then the other mode is like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So I think it should have something like that. So if you're near people and you can talk, you can hear them, and the further away you get, the less you can hear them.
I don't think a majority of people would actually talk, though. There's a lot of like anxiety and stuff like that embedded in people.
No, I totally understand you. Yeah, because I'm one of those people. But if I get to a point in a game where I'm really pissed off, or like I'm fed up with people not doing stuff, or people not realizing that they're being chased or something, then you got those 2 ways of communication to communicate. So the people that are more or less of an introvert, they'll speak. Like look at the 12-year-old children that you're gonna fuck all their mums in Call of Duty.
It's a very different kind of thing over COD though, because COD has pretty much always had it.
But these are newer games. But like Overwatch is extremely toxic. The amount of times that people have been banned in the games, like or by the next game, is awful. Same in Valorant. I encountered people on my stream in Valorant which were homophobic and racist. I reported their accounts for the racist and homophobic slurs.
That's the thing, though. I genuinely think it's to do with the culture difference. Like with Call of Duty or like any of the shooters, it's just in the culture. Like the type of people that play it. Yeah.
The trash talk has always been there. I totally get it. But I think with Dead by Daylight, if they add a voice comms feature, you've got the thing to mute it. If you can mute her if you want, or you can just choose not to talk. It's one or the other. Like there's people that enjoy the voice communication. They don't want to talk, but at least they have that little communication of people saying, oh, the killer's chasing me on Killer Shack. I've just dropped Shack pallet. Then they have that information in their head. I think like a form of voice communication and being able to mute it with like one of the F keys or like a key combination if you wanted to mute someone, or just press an escape and click mute all or muting certain people.
Yeah.
And then because they already scan for like voice, not voice, sorry, text chat anyway. Valorant keeps a record of voice chat, and I'm pretty sure the consoles do as well. Like a load of games do it because of the reporting system. So all Dead by Daylight would need to do is have a server or part of a server dedicated for the voice comms.
You trust behavior to do that, right?
Absolutely not.
They can't even do fucking the text box, the post game chat right.
This is different though. This
I thought was
this is
really
keeping a voice recording of people's voices essentially.
Yeah, but they don't even record the actual gameplay.
I mean, come on.
Like, they can't look back at games to find fucking hackers, for fuck's sake.
Their report system doesn't even work. For the people that are being actually racist or misogynistic or sexist or anything like that, you report them, nothing gets done. So why would we trust them to do it right?
To be fair, with the report system, people report for bullshit. The only way to actually report people and possibly get it done or sorted or looked at is
the forums.
Is by either doing it on the forums or when you report them in game. Say, for example, I've streamed before and I've had to report someone and I clipped a part of whatever I needed to clip. I think it was maybe a hacker or something or whatnot. And I reported them in game. I submitted a ticket then on the actual game where you upload the screenshots and the footage or whatever, or put the Twitch links and stuff. And you have to put in their user ID, their Twitch ID, not their Twitch ID, their Steam ID, that kind of stuff. And you actually get an email back after a while. So that's the only
long,
it's a
stupid
farce
process.
Yeah, it is. But at least that way it does, or it seems to get looked at. Because the amount of times I've had an email back saying, thank you for your report, blah, blah, blah. We've looked into the situation, but because of data protection, we can't tell you what we've done. But rest assured, the person was found to violate guidelines or whatever. So the appropriate action would have been taken, that kind of stuff. But
so I would do it where with the report system, they could turn around and go, if you report someone for hacking, you do it through the report. You just press report, hacking, blah, blah, blah. If X amount of people report hacking from that game against a killer, then the game would be looked at. And then vice versa, if the killer reports a survivor for hacking and just the game just gets looked at. So if anything suspicious happened in that game, they can look into it. But if you're then found to be constantly reporting people for things that aren't suspicious and you're just like reporting them for camping you or tunneling you, then future games that you report just don't get looked into. Because you essentially, like the boy who cried wolf, like they'll stop listening to you. So people would then build up like a credibility of being able to say, like, for example, if Otstava sends a report in and says this person seems to be hacking, they were moving a lot quicker than what they should have been, and then behavior go, well, it's Otstava, let's have a look at the game, let's see what happened. Yet his movement speed was far too much there. Clearly something was wrong. Clearly he's hacking. Account banned. Then
it's kind of like that Trapper last night that we had.
Yeah, like,
was it last night or the night before?
So weird. It was so weird.
So we had a Trapper that I thought it was the agitation glitch, but it wasn't. He didn't even have it. But essentially, the Trapper was running at like 1.5% of the speed that he should have been. But as soon as he picked up a survivor, he would be walking slower.
Do you like move the controller like slightly forward and you can walk like super slow as a survivor? He was doing that, but as a Trapper while carrying people.
But then he was walking as if he had full bloodlust and agitation without a survivor. It was insane.
Oh yeah, just seeing its Gamescom soon.
Are you going?
No, I won't be going. But I've just seen that they've just announced that the Outlast Trials is getting a showcase.
Oh no, I did see about that. The Outlast Trials.
It's
Looking-
one that me and Ash are very excited for, that we're
Hmm.
probably going to play.
What's it about?
It's basically Dead by Daylight, but it's Outlast. Basically.
Wait, isn't Outlast that just like single player horror game? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
thought so.
this is a multiplayer version, but
Oh,
not
okay.
story. It's essentially, Dead by
An,
Daylight.
an asymmetrical horror game.
Yeah. To add
Yeah.
to the thousands of others that are coming out lately.
When is it?
What, the Outlast Trials or Gamescom?
No, Gamescom. Is it the 24th?
It starts on doesn't say. I'm checking now. Hold on. Starts August 23rd.
23rd, is it? Okay, cool.
So
Oh.
in 5 days.
Oh, that's pretty soon then.
Next Tuesday.
Because Hogwarts Legacy is getting shown, and also the new Sonic the Hedgehog game.
Ooh, nice.
Danny.
Isn't the Hogwarts game?
It got postponed
Yeah.
until February, yeah.
Like I was gonna say, like I'm sure there was supposed to be a Hogwarts game coming out,
Yeah.
but it just didn't.
I'm excited for the new Sonic the Hedgehog game, obviously.
Would you be dyeing your hair for it or spraying it a different color?
No, I'll just wear my hat.
You know what? That's a hell of a sub goal.
I've got a Sonic hat with all the spikes on and stuff.
Oh,
I think you
nice.
should just spray your hair blue.
Yeah, you want to deal with Georgie?
Yes. I'll deal
I
with
mean-
Georgie. It's fine. I'll be like, look, listen, what daddy wants, daddy gets, okay?
Look, just do it, right? And when she moans, be like, I thought you liked it when we done twinning.
God, no, I'm not dealing with the anger of Georgie if I ever changed my hair color.
It's fine
No,
to say, look,
I
you're a
wouldn't
Smurf and
dye
I'm
it.
Sonic.
I wouldn't dye it, but you could get like the blue hairspray, which like washes out after a day or two.
Well, after one,
Even that.
remember when I did the clown cosplay and I sprayed my beard
You
in
done the
that
clown,
red?
Yeah. No, I was thinking back to your red, green, and blue hair.
That was dyed. That was
I
actually
know.
dyed. Yeah.
RGB.
Oh, dude, that was a good sub goal. That was within the subathon as well,
24-hour
Links.
stream, yeah.
Yeah, the 24-hour stream. That was one of the things. So after I did the stream, I had to buy RGB because a chat could choose my hair color,
And no one could choose.
and no
We
one
chose
could
all
choose,
three.
so they chose all three. So I went to the Superdrug or whatever it's called, and I bought red, green, and blue, and obviously bleach. And then I got my wife to dye my hair RGB. But it was funny. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't know how I'm going to up that.
I understand.
Other than, like,
We'll have to
I don't know.
brainstorm.
getting a tattoo or something.
There's definitely a Gussie tattoo on the horizon.
To be fair, yeah, I think pretty much everyone is waiting for a subathon where it includes the Gussie tattoo. I think that's what people are waiting for.
I was saying to
Luck.
Kev before, there's a podcast that I listened to, and for like one of their, I think it was like for their 100th episode or something like that, one of the guys got 3 tattoos during the podcast. He paid someone to come out to his house and tattoo him while he was doing the podcast.
I don't have that money.
It's honestly ridiculous.
But
That's
I would do
America.
it, though.
That's America money for you, though.
I have the friends for it, but I don't know if they'd actually do it.
Would they be allowed to because of, like, the hygiene and stuff? Because I know there's quite a few hygiene laws
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
I mean, technically, as long as you didn't see them, the camera's focused on you.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be something I explore in the future, maybe.
Or
My
maybe you
friend's
could stream
cousin
from
did-
their
My
studio.
I did get asked about that. Someone did ask a while ago if I'd ever live stream while actually getting a tattoo at the studio. I was like, I'll think about it.
It'd be pretty cool.
Just don't use the that bot that Kev's looking at, where chat can control things and get him to be able to control the tattoo artist.
Oh my god, that would be insane.
up, down, left, right.
Dude, if could link it
Chat's
up to
tattoo.
chat's tattoo, so it'd be cool because I could link it up to increase the speed and
Like
the
a robot
wattage or whatever.
arm.
Yeah.
I seen so JRM had, I think he's got the same bot and he was using it in his stream earlier, and so he put the command as !claim would time you out for like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then one of his mods put a message in the chat saying press !claim now to claim your free gifted sub, and you can just see loads of people going message delete, message delete, message delete. I was watching for about half an hour and this one guy come in and was like, why do I keep getting timed out just for trying to claim my free gifted sub?
Oh my god.
I've been timed out 3 times.
Jesus. It makes me want to get this bot set up so much more, but it just takes so much time and I just don't have a lot of it.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of one of the games we were talking about, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game, it's got a release date now.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's sadly next year though.
That
Just keep
sucks.
teasing.
3 family members, 4 helpless victims. Who will survive? And what will be left of them?
Boober's just hiding in his basement waiting to come out.
Well, it's not just Boober, is it? It's the others. But we just want Boober. It's only Boober.
Yeah.
The
Let's be
only
honest, is
boobers.
anyone going to play anyone other than Boober?
Well, it's a team game, so I imagine. Well, I don't know.
Oh, is it
actually.
like a 3v2 then? Or?
It's a 3v4, I believe.
Oh. Interesting. I don't see how you lose as killers, but then we have to see the game.
Well, you lose this killer by not killing people.
Duh.
Ask stupid questions, get stupid answers, my friend. But it looks cool.
Ask you of any question, and I get a stupid answer.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been going for it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes, but I'm pretty sure there's a good 2 minutes of pure waffle at the very start of that I need to clip and upload separately.
Yeah, me eating cheesy chili Pringles.
And then, if I'm not mistaken, burning yourself.
Yes, it took about 15 minutes to calm down, I'm not going to lie. It was awful.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think a pretty good time to wrap it up there. So welcome to the Listen Gamer
Welcome to the
podcast
club.
Links.
Welcome, buddy.
Thanks.
And
Can I get a Hoya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Fuck. Oh, poo.
Oh my
There you
god.
There you go.
yes.
You get all 3.
I love
Oh
it.
my god. I am gussing right now.
So next week then, our latest member will be also joining us with Indominus Ash as another permanent member. So there'll be 4 of us to deal with from now on. So,
Unlucky for you guys.
yeah, essentially. But now there's at least 4 people that should like and subscribe to the videos. So there we go.
Yeah.
If anyone else would like to, it'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, thank you gamers for listening. Do all the cool stuff by liking and subscribing and commenting.
And we'll see
Much
you guys
appreciated.
next time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boy.
Bye.